You're locked in to the show that gets people hard. Really hard.
Please let me come.
It's time for a little afternoon Joe Cronin. Get ready to get off.
I just my fucker!
Please let me come.
Fuck you with a broomstick! I love it!
My tank is officially empty.
You ever see two Italian people like, you know, talking to each other and they go oh paisan or whatever, and you're just like, your people are gross.
Please let me come.
It's Halloween Havoc is over. And one thing that Halloween Havoc, that I am reminded of whenever I think of Halloween Havoc, I think about a few years ago when Vincent from Ring of Honor, of course, Vinny Marseglia, Vincent from Ring of Honor, when I went backstage and I played around with his mask. And he murdered me, to be honest, but what a time it was when I played with Vincent's mask. Remember this? Makes me think of Halloween. Find out what happens next. Unfortunately, we don't have the end of the video because I don't know where it is because I put it up on my Twitter there. But I swear to God, I showed it on stream a few times. I got to find it because it's great. I get murdered, you know what I mean? I came back from the dead, obviously, because honestly, the Horror King, Vinny Marseglia, or Vincent, whatever, Vincent now, I guess. What I'll say is he's good at killing people, but he can't keep them dead, and he certainly can't keep me dead. It's Halloween Havoc. Hopefully the alert has gone out to everybody that we're live right now and you saw Halloween Havoc. We're going to talk about it right now. I don't think anything topped the opening match. I'll just say that, and let's continue. Let's get that live alert out to everybody.
You ever see two Italian people?
I didn't know Lizzo was going to be hosting this shit. Like, what a slob Lizzo is.
Whatever, and you're just like, your people are gross.
Look at Mandy Rose, though. Speaking of not slobs. Look at her.
Let me come.
Hopefully the alert's gone out to everybody. Hit that like button and stick the thumb directly up my ass. Everybody, hit that like button. I'm sure eventually I'll find the Vincent video where he kills me, and I will actually be able to record it, because Vincent took it down from his Instagram channel, which I don't know why, but he also unfollowed me a while back, so maybe he hates me too, like everybody. I don't know. A long time ago on Facebook. But we were friends. What happened? Halloween Havoc 2022. What did you think about it? There's plenty to, it was what it was. You know, it certainly isn't the old NXT, I'll tell you that, man. But, and I know that we all know that by now. Like, I get it. But it just feels, there are just times where it feels sad, man. You really, like, long for the old, the old NXT, and you feel kind of empty inside, and you feel like something's missing, and it feels like we're watching a cartoon MLW or Ring of Honor or something like that in a more cartoon setting, or a Saturday morning Superstars with the lesser people. I don't know, man. It was all right tonight, but man, I'll tell you, the free some of the free TV Halloween Havocs were better, and tonight was a premium event. It's just kind of a little bizarre that this was a premium event when we've had other shows that were maybe better, and those were just on TV. But NXT may never be the same again. Let's be honest here. At this point, it's not coming back. It's still entertaining. I mean, this is better than Raw. I mean, watching this tonight was better than Monday Night Raw, in my opinion. So, at least there's that. But as far as everything else goes, not very good to me. But, that's, it is what it is, I guess. I don't know. What did you guys think of it? Hit that like button if you can. Leave some comments in the chat. I will get the donation link up in a second as well, too. For the people that want to chime in via Super Chat, it's Saturday night. We're putting, Beat the Clock on hold maybe tonight. I don't know. Because tonight we're going to talk about NXT. And, of course, last night, Bullfrog lost out and was unable to return back to the show as he did not make it. That video will be studied because there is a lot of questionable situations last night with how the clock was and the donations that came in at the very, very end, that he might have made it. Some people not happy that the wheel decided in the very end of things. So, that will be looked at with scrutiny, and we may have to come up with sort of another situation at some point. But until then, it is what it is now, and he remains banned. The cops were called on him last night, as we said would happen. We said to him, hey, man, listen, the trolls and the doxers are going to call the police on you still, and you should just stay away from all the shows. But Bullfrog came on the show last night and was swatted last night. That's what, that was expected, sadly, for him. But he knew that risk, and he just came on anyway. So you got to give him maybe credit for that, I suppose. But a little bit bizarre. That somebody does that to anybody, but it's a little bit weird. But, until somebody, until one of you guys or, an investigator or FBI or somebody finds these people and kills them, it really is not going to change for him, I don't think. So we'll see if the FBI has the balls to kill these people eventually. And if they do, well, we'll see what happens. But last night was one of the best shows of the year. I hope you watched all of last night's show. Monetize this. Probably half of the show was all right, but I would say that a good 2 to 3 hours were very, very enjoyable if you were to cut it up into the best of last night. So 7 hours, probably not the best from the beginning to end, but it did have a couple 2 or 3 hours added up of fucking just gems. So hope you watched last night's Monetize This. And you enjoyed it if you did. And thank you. If you are on the chat right now, make sure you guys vote on the poll. What did you think of NXT? I think we've delayed enough now. I think everybody's here from watching NXT. A lot of people did. I got to be honest. I can tell already a lot of people did not watch this. First of all, I wish I was able to talk about UFC today. I would have gone live with UFC. But I was really, really busy today. And in the afternoon and stuff like that. So I would have loved to cover UFC. It would have been great. It would have been a wonderful day to go on and do UFC and then watch NXT and then come on for that and just cover everything all day long. But I wasn't able to do that. I tried to make that happen, but it just didn't work out as far as that goes. Luke Rojas in the chat says, the main event was excellent. NXT has a lot of great matches, but unfortunately the storylines and promos are really metacore. Yeah, there was some things that I liked about a lot of things. And in fact, I think Apollo Crews had a pretty good story going with his match. I think it's probably one of his best it's probably one of Apollo Crews' best storylines ever. And if you don't like it, I think it's one of the better ones. So I don't know what to say after that, because I think he's had some really bad storylines and some really bad, attempts at a character and things like that. But to me, this was one of the better things that he's done. And so, I pretty much enjoyed that. I think it is one of his best things that he's ever done, and it's here in NXT. Who would think that would happen? Now, Shotzi came out. Quincy Elliott was cringe, but it's like he's supposed to be cringe, I guess, right? And sort of be like, I don't even know really, but I don't like him, and I find him annoying. He doesn't look like a superstar. He looks like a fucking Uncle Fester fucker. And Shotzi was kind of cringy tonight, like howling randomly, and nobody cared, and it was weird. I don't know. They didn't know what else to do. It didn't have the gravitas or the sort of the pageantry and the atmosphere that Shotzi had in the past when she was in NXT. Do you guys remember that NXT Halloween Havoc when Gargano faced somebody? I forget who it was, and like it was just dark and spooky in the smoke, and it was so dark, and Shotzi was like a ghoul almost. This was more like sort of just like run of the mill. Like, it was all right as hosts and stuff. It was like a 6 out of 10 situation, in my opinion, the whole thing. But it should have been better, and in the past it was better, but yet this was a pay-per-view technically. So I don't understand that. So it was a little bit cringe. She did look fucking sexy as hell in whatever she was wearing at the end with her ass coming out of whatever the fuck that was. I'm going to jerk off hard later, and I'm going to shoot a fucking load all over my computer screen, all over my body. All over myself. So that will be fun. But, yeah, I don't know. So as far as, the hosting abilities, not really good. I thought Quincy, whatever the fuck, made it worse. Quincy sucked. Honestly, it was like bad SNL. I don't understand Quincy Elliott. Quincy Elliott didn't make things really good, didn't make things bad. It was just like stupid shit. Like, I don't even understand what the point of Quincy Elliott was. I don't understand what the point of Quincy Elliott was. I just don't get it. So Shotzi wasn't as good as usual. Quincy Elliott was just trash, I guess. But executed things well enough. But why? Why are you there? Julius Creed versus Damon Kemp in an ambulance match. That was not the first match, but it was all right. Fans were hit with several things tonight. That was another thing. If you noticed, people in the crowd were taking ladders and like things were flying and they were getting hit. The crowd, I mean, came so close to a crowd injury tonight. I don't think one happened, but man, did we come close to someone in the crowd getting maybe waffled.
Shit bomb.
Oh.
Main event was good. Timing of show sucked. 5 tenths.
Whoa. 5.5 out of 10 coming in from the donation super chat party from the man himself, Alex friggin' Oli. Alex Oli, thank you, man. Good to see you, man, and thank you for dropping a super chat to support these streams. I did watch all of NXT. I know that I normally don't watch NXT anymore, so it is, different for me to be here talking about it once again, but it certainly didn't, live up to any of the old NXTs. But it was all right. It was watchable, and the ladder match, obviously, for anybody that watched it, the ladder match stole the show, in my opinion. The opening ladder match was awesome. What a kickoff match, man. That ladder match was friggin' awesome. If you didn't love that match, you're on crack cocaine and AIDS and something else. I don't even know what you're on. But the North American title on the line, that ladder match was awesome. Obviously, a lot of people I know in that match, so that helps too, that I like these guys. But we have something exclusive that you will see nowhere else. You will not see this on anybody else, any YouTube channel, any other wrestling reviewers. You will not see it. So I'm going to give it to you right now. We have exclusive backstage footage of Shawn Michaels and the winner of the North American ladder match inappropriately touching. And I'm going to show you what I'm talking about right now. Take a look at this. This is disgusting. I'm sorry. Oh my God. Well, I don't know what to I don't know what to say about that. I mean, the only thing I can say about that is, you know, Vince groomed Shawn Michaels, and now Shawn Michaels is grooming NXT. I mean, when they say next up NXT, Pat Patterson, Vince McMahon, Shawn Michaels. I think what I'm trying to say. But be that as it may, I love Shawn Michaels and I love World Wrestling Entertainment and I love NXT. I don't love it anymore really, but I like it. I still like NXT. You know what I mean? What do you think about NXT, Mr. Rose?
When I plan to act pompous, you shall certainly know.
I also want to comment on Shawn Michaels' hair. I disagree with everybody who thinks that he needs to shave his head. That's bullshit. Shawn Michaels shaved his head and he looked fucking ridiculous. Shawn Michaels is not a shaved head type of guy. There are some guys who need to shave their head bald and they look great. And I don't look good bald, by the way. I look weird. There are some guys who they need to have the hair there. Even if they're balding all the way over the middle completely and they've just got the outside, they got to have that. They look cooler like that than with a shaved head. And I think Shawn Michaels is one of those guys, man. Seriously. So I don't blame him at all. I think this makes 100% sense. I don't blame him. I think this look is actually his look. I disagree with everybody who think he should shave bald. He looked fucking bizarre shaved bald. Okay? And he should have a hair transplant. You're right. Why not? Why not just all they got to do is fucking staple the hair. Listen, if I had money, I would do it. Elon Musk did. He looks phenomenal. You know what I mean? Shawn Michaels could drop $50,000 and put hair on his head. I can't do that, obviously. My hair's bald, and I can't do anything about my hair. I can't do anything about this shit. You think I can do anything about this? You think I can do anything about this? I'm going to be Shawn Michaels in another 10 years. It's all going to be gone like Shawn. It's already almost gone now at my age of 38. But, I think that some people like Shawn, I think it looks cooler that he has the hair on the outside. He looks kind of like a badass cowboy who's bald, but he's been through some wars and shit. But if he shaves his head completely, he's going to look like an idiot. And he did look like an idiot when he did it, remember? So no, I don't think he's a bald type of guy, man. He's either got to have a cowboy hat or have long hair on the sides. Plus, you put a cowboy hat on, it looks like you're not bald. So, you know what I mean? Seriously, I don't mind it. I think he looks good. I think he looks as good as you can look. Look at this. See, I think it looks good. I actually like that. I think that's better. If he shaved all of his hair bald, I think he looks weird. He's somebody that needs a little bit of hair around the sides. Hulk Hogan did it forever, and Hogan pulled it off wonderfully. How about Hogan? Hogan nailed that look. This is weird, though. I will say that. This is sick. I don't know what's... I don't know what this is. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I don't know why, dude, but when their private areas are just squeezing each other. Holy hell, bro. That part. I got 2 words for you. I'm gay. I love it, man. Though I love that I love that though. That I think it's actually beautiful, man. Shawn Michaels giving him love and really, treating these guys like his kids, and he loves them and stuff. Like I think that's a beautiful thing, to be honest. Making fun of it, and it is a little bizarre, but obviously I love it. It's a very nice thing, man. He really cares about these guys, it feels like. And who doesn't want that to be your boss? You know what I mean? And by the way, if it was Tony Khan, everybody'd be making fun of him. You guys ever think about that? If that were Tony Khan, can you imagine if that was Tony Khan rubbing his head and hugging him in and putting his crotch into his crotch? You know what I mean? If that was Tony Khan, they'd be memeing all over the place about how weird he is. But Shawn Michaels does it, it's okay. Tony Khan just gives a guy a hug, and people freak out. So to be honest, you know what I mean? I mean, let's be fair. Shawn just loves him, man. So I got the North American Championship at the top of my list. I suppose maybe the NXT Championship after that. And then it's hard from there, man. I don't know. I'm surprised that the movie match in the backstage, or whatever that film thing that they all did was, I'm surprised that was as decent as it was. I thought it was going to be full-on cringe. I got to give it up to these women, man. At least the Toxic Attraction. Dude, Toxic Attraction actually had really good acting. Like, they actually felt like they were kind of talking that way, or at least it felt fun. And I was really convinced that they were going to be cringy. It was going to be cringy and just fucking puke-inducing. And I didn't think that, man. I thought Toxic Attraction actually did a pretty good job of acting. Like, I was kind of into it. Now, what they did was kind of stupid. Not the best thing to me, but, it was like a subpar deletion. It wasn't that great, but I get it. And I'm always a sucker for the WrestleMania 12 Gold Dust Roddy Piper situation. Whenever you can have a pay-per-view event and you can have this sort of backstage off, grounds fight that's going on throughout the night, and then it culminates at some point in the ring. I always loved that. I always thought they should do more of it. They have been doing maybe a little too much of it, I think, recently. But I've always been someone who loved that situation and loved it. And clearly this is what they emulate and what they are going for when they do these sort of things, which I like it because you have straight-up matches, but then you've got this one different thing going on that's over here to give a little bit of variety. So, that was all right, and it wasn't the best. And honestly, NXT tonight wasn't the best. This was not the best Halloween Havoc. But I thought everybody put in a pretty good effort, to do what they could do. I just didn't feel the star power in a lot of this. It really relied on the wrestling ability and the story, but a lot of it just kind of blended together at some points. So to me, I'm maybe around a 6 out of 10 on this show, which is not too bad, but it's not the worst. But it's right at the point of like, okay, that was entertaining enough to watch, but, I'll probably never remember it after tonight. And the other Halloween Havocs from NXT were better, and they were literally on television for free or whatever. So that's weird. But they tried, and they put forth a pretty good effort. And so, and the opening match alone, if I'm paying $9.99 a month for the Peacock app, and I'm watching all these different other things on Peacock, and we're getting other WWE shows on there and stuff like that, and the network, plus all of Peacock. If just this match was worth $1 or $2, then it was worth it. That opening match was fun. I will probably watch that match again just to see it again because it was chaotic and there was a lot of crazy things that happened. I mean, who didn't laugh when the fan almost got hit with the ladder? And the fan was like the fan was amazing. That ladder popped up at the fan, and the fan shot back, and it kept creeping up at him, and the fan was like, oh, and the crowd was chanting like, oh, like they were popping like the fan got popped. and the fan got out of the way. So credit to, I think it was a woman. I'm not 100%, but credit to the fan getting out of the way, and hopefully, they nothing comes of that. I think a lot of fans were put in harm's way tonight a couple of times, and I like to think a lot of these wrestling fans, though, man, they want to be part of the show. Even if they get hit with something, a chair comes flying, as long as someone doesn't get their teeth bashed in or something like that, no fan, I think, is really going to have a problem or sue or try to do something stupid. I think they're happy to be part of it, and it's just all fun and games, and most fans feel that way. But, I mean, unless someone gets their teeth bashed in by something, which has happened, and people have been sued. But, yeah, if a fan gets their teeth bashed in, I would think WWE would attempt to settle outside of court and say, hey, we'll cover all the dental work, and here's like a little fucking check, and also free tickets or something if you ever want to come back again. That's probably something I would do or they would do maybe, but there have been times where people have been sued, though. But, most people don't want to do that. Even if you could get money, it sucks because you could get a lawyer and you could maybe get some money potentially, but and maybe it's a good idea to bluff that you could get a lawyer, and then maybe they'll compensate you with something outside of court. But so I understand, everybody wants to make a couple bucks if they can, but I think a lot of people are pretty honest, and they would take like a little check or lifetime tickets or something. And maybe WWE pays the dental work or the hospital bill, and I think that's a fair thing. That's a honest thing. Like, you pay for the injury, and maybe you throw us a little bone, and that's it. We'll just move on. No lawsuits and courts and things like that. So and people honestly don't want to hurt the WWE if they're really fans. So, but like I said, I'm looking for that video of Vincent killing me and from back in years ago, and I don't know where it is. But like I said, I only have that opening video where I take his mask. A lot of people love Miss Dolan there, So looking at the poll, though, what did you guys think of NXT Halloween Havoc tonight? How about Mandy Rose? Mandy Rose is one color shade away from being canceled for blackface and black body. She is one brownish shade away from being basically called a racist or whatever, because she's so dark and that's not her skin tone. So, I'm surprised that the SJWs haven't attempted to cancel Mandy yet, because, man, I don't know. I hate when women make themselves look fucking orange. I hate when women who are white look orange. I hate when men do it. I hate when Donald Trump looks orange. It looks fucking retarded. When Vince McMahon looks orange, it looks retarded. It's like, dude, why are you getting a spray tan or a tan to look orange? You don't look beautiful like a Hispanic person or someone who's got, brownish golden skin or something, and you're not going to be black. Why are you attempting to look like that? You look orange. I will never understand it. Now, Mandy Rose is hot, though, so it doesn't matter. She's just so hot, she could be like purple green. She could be blue, it'd be hot. But I just don't get being orange. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't think orange looks good, especially on women. I don't know. I don't know what it is, man. I like tan women. I like brown women. I like light-skinned women. I like really white, pale women. I like black women. I like all the colors. It's weird, but the only color I don't think looks good is when a white person looks orange. I don't know why. I just think orange looks fucking stupid. You see the little tanny lines around the eyes, and the eyes pop out, and they look fucking ridiculous. I don't know why, man. But, yeah, so a lot of the fans were close to being, injured tonight, but they didn't get injured. So good thing that didn't happen. Thank goodness.
Shit bum.
Damn, though, HBK was going for a kiss there.
I know, man.
Flushed face.
JS978, thank you for the $2 super chat party. Yes, man, I'm telling you, HBK was going in. HB was going in for the cum, brother. There's a brand new $3 donation. If you want to try the Boltard donation, try the $3 Boltard donation tonight. Halloween is coming up. We're a week away. Army Ann, how you doing? Last night, Bullfrog did not make it back to the show. And like I said, the opening match was my favorite match. You guys could let me know in the chat what your favorite match is tonight, but I just think that ladder match nailed it. I'm going to go to Discord in a couple of minutes, potentially. We'll see. Let's go to the poll. I didn't really read it. 257 votes. 257 votes. Halloween Havoc was 18% say amazing. 39% say good, which means that we are over 50% thumbs up for the show. Just barely, but, 49, about 50-something here. So we're over the 50% mark for the thumbs up on the show tonight, barely. But still, that is good. Pretty good rating for the show tonight. Not as good as the previous Halloween Havocs, which we had 75% to 85% thumbs up for those, I believe. And this is not as good. But 28% saying blah and 16% saying horrible. So, that's not the best. But I guess it could be worse. 38, 40-something percent did not really like tonight, thumbs down. So it's a bit split, but overall we give it the thumbs up, I guess, but it is barely making it there. Wow. But it happens. Yeah, but yeah, again, this was weird. This was the worst of the Halloween Havocs, but it was all right, and it was better than Raw. This show tonight was at least 2 points better than Raw to me, so, at least we had that. It was fairly entertaining. But
You raised a piece of shit!
Looks like Sean got his smile back. He's not only president of Hair Club for Men but also a client. That Elliot guy looks like Viscera and Medea had a baby.
yeah,
WWE can keep stealing WCW pay-per-view names as long as they don't use the one with RoboCop.
good Lord, imagine if they did that. They should just have RoboCop there at Halloween Havoc. Have RoboCop there at Halloween Havoc. I hope Carmelo Hayes is called up to WWE. That's amazing, man. Carmelo's getting called up. That is so crazy, bro. I called one of his first matches ever, and he was pretty good, but he was learning, and it's crazy to think that get to call one of this guy's first matches, and how far he's come and what he did when he moved up, and then going up to NXT eventually, and now to be called up if that's what's happening, man. That is so cool, bro. I am absolutely pumped up for him, That's so cool, bro. Let's see. Yeah, I'll never forget, too, I called one of his matches, it was about 8 or 9 years ago now. And I'll never forget that match because I called, I got to call that match, with Les Thatcher. So that was, it was a fun show. I had a great time, and Les Thatcher, really was, super great, man. He gave me a lot of Les Thatcher was really cool because he boosted my confidence, because I thought Les Thatcher was going to teach me all these things, and I learned a couple of things from him, no doubt about it. But one of the things that I loved about Les Thatcher was he just gelled right away with me on commentary, and he told me that, hey, man, sometimes I come into these things in these places, and the commentary people don't know what they're doing. It's embarrassing and stuff like that. And I said, I want to say, whoever trained you, or I don't know how long you've been doing this, but you're really good, and it was great to work with you. And give me a call, blah blah blah, sometime. And to this day, I still keep in touch with Les Thatcher, once in a while. And man, I love Les Thatcher. I can't say enough. I think he trained John Moxley. But yeah, and I remember calling that match because I was like, holy shit. I showed up to the show and I'm like doing commentary. All right, let's go. And someone was like, oh, you'll be doing commentary with Les Thatcher tonight. And I said, what? They were like, oh, well, Les Thatcher's here, and you'll be doing commentary with Les Thatcher. He's here scouting. And I was like, what? So that was incredible for me. Here's a little, and here's Carmelo Hayes. Here's some of the stuff we called. There's Scotty Too Hottie laying the worm down. By the way, Les Thatcher was not impressed by that.
Oh, and a shot to the head followed by a cover.
Here's Carmelo Hayes. Look at how small Carmelo Hayes is here.
Not enough to take down.
Man, he's rocking his world, but whoa.
Oh, man, Congo got overrun. And Casanova caught him with a drop kick. Casanova wondering what the heck he's going to do, and he's going to get clothesline. Oh, man, inside out on the back of his head.
When he rocked him to that first drop kick, he should have followed right with his second and a third if necessary.
That hesitation.
Water.
So there's a little bit of me and Les Thatcher. And there's a guy's crotch right there. That's very nice. So listen, Carmelo Hayes going up to the main event, man. I almost think I feel like Shawn Michaels when I see these guys going up. When I see guys make it to developmental, when I see guys make it to NXT, it's almost like my excitement for them graduates. Like you actually get excited for people. So it's like I was excited when he was training and tried out. Then I was really excited he was in NXT, and I was like, that is so awesome for him. And then to know that if he's going to the main roster, it's just going to raise my excitement level for him. From Christian Casanova to Carmelo Hayes, just awesome. He's a great person, is all I can tell you too, man. He is a great person, and so like I am super pumped for him, and he's worked hard to put on some muscle and stuff, and I love the way he moves, and he's good on the mic. I don't know how far he'll get as far as, getting up to the top of the top, but one thing I know is he's capable of being a main roster superstar in some way or another, no matter what level that is, lower mid-card, middle mid-card, top of the card, whatever, I don't know. But what I will say is he does have the skills to be on a main roster. I know that. So that's the good thing about him.
Shit bum.
Carmelo Hayes getting called up for Hit Row Friday.
There you go. Alex Oli, thank you for the $2 and the super chat party. Really appreciate that. He'd be great working with MJF too. He's in the wrong company though for that. But love these guys. Glad Punk is gone. Yeah, a lot of talk about Punk going to WWE. We had this story weeks ago. Does anybody remember that? We had this story weeks ago. Courtesy of 3 people that I know involved in the situation. 3. We had this story weeks ago that CM Punk was going to be a buyout on his contract. And now it's coming out today. Meltzer, buyout on his contract. Well, we've known about this. So when did we make the video? I don't remember when we made the video, but it was I think it was a while back. It was October 7th maybe. It was September 23rd. So I just want to, I'm telling you, remember I said watch this closely because the people that I know that are talking about this, if they're legit, it's going to be out soon that this is happening. And now it looks like that's the case. September 23rd, Joe Cronin Live, Anything Goes. Did CM Punk buy out his AEW contract? And then October 7th, CM Punk's buyout. We've been following this for a while. This has been rumored early. And again, the rumor, though, that I heard was that everybody was going to be gone, but that never made sense to me that everybody would be gone. So it's got to be us or them, and it looks like it's going to be Punk that's going to get bought out. And now that Ace Steel is gone, well, nobody from the other camp is gone, but Ace Steel is gone, so that means that they're working out the final details with Punk. But also, we talked about how the fact that AEW was willing to send Billy Gunn, but they wanted something in exchange, potentially a wrestler or something. Well, we found out that what they really wanted was WWE to shout out AEW on the air. And WWE refused to do that, therefore they didn't send Billy Gunn. So that was correct as well. Billy Gunn was going to be allowed to go, and everything was good. He was coming, no problem. And then all of a sudden, now WWE is lying. Is not. I don't know if they're lying or they're playing this down, but WWE is acting like, oh, nothing. Like they're saying like, oh, there was no deal and Billy Gunn didn't show up or Billy Gunn didn't get back to them. That's what WWE is saying. That's not true. That's not what's going on. AEW didn't want to. I mean, WWE did not want to shout out AEW. Like they shouted out Impact star Mickie James when she showed up at the Rumble with her belt, and they said TNA Impact champion Mickie James is here. That was sort of a, hey, sorry about the trash bag thing. We want to leave on good terms. And TNA said, okay, give us a shout out, and you're good. And WWE is not afraid of Impact Wrestling whatsoever, so they said, cool, we'll shout you out all day. But WWE is afraid of AEW. So not afraid, but they don't want to give them any clout at all, or anything like that. So they won't shout them out, even though in the past they have said their name, which doesn't make sense, but whatever. So there you go. That's what happened there. I find all of this a little bit more interesting than everything that happened tonight on Halloween Havoc, unfortunately. But nothing more interesting than what happened in the back locker room between Shawn Michaels and Mr. West. Oh, my God. Well, that was, I gotta be honest, the more I watch it, the more aroused I get. So, I did not expect that to happen. I thought I was gonna be kind of sickened by it, but I gotta be honest, man, the more I watch that, the more aroused and erect I get. What's up?
People say I have problems.
Well, you definitely have some kind of problems, no doubt about it. Anybody who can't admit or talk about like a girlfriend or something like that has got some kind of issue. But be that as it may, here we are.
I choose to keep my personal life personal and private.
That really feels like a scene out of like one of Mustafa's gay plays that he goes to.
Right.
Like just very beautiful moments.
So when was the last time you saw a straight play?
No,
not this shit again. Oh my gosh.
They're happy play. I didn't mean anything.
I want to say that.
Oh, okay, happy.
What do you
now,
want?
Mustafa was muted when I came in here. Somebody muted Mustafa. That's what you get, Mustafa. I don't know who did it, but somebody did. Which is interesting. The only people that could have done it are ADTR, me, SITH, Leah, and maybe.
Why would Leah mute me?
Jesse. Well, why would any of those people mute you? But somebody of those people did.
Apparently.
You're a scumbag, obviously.
Apparently.
I don't know. But I really don't know. That's funny. I've seen that happen to other people, though, where we come in and they're muted. I'm like, well, why are they muted? It's weird.
It's either a glitch or someone hates Mustafa.
Could be a glitch, but I don't know.
First time.
But I think everybody's being a little harsh on the show. I mean,
really?
I mean,
I might be a little grumpy. I had a tough day. I could be a little grumpy, maybe, but I'm going 6 out of 10. 6 out of 10 is not the worst.
My phone just took a shit. Sorry.
Well, it usually does.
It just completely glitched out.
You're not kidding.
I didn't like the cinematic match, Joe.
I didn't like it either. I thought it was trash. Honest to God,
it was better than Britt Baker's dentist match. I'll tell you that.
It wasn't even trash. It was fucking corny.
No, but here's the reason why. WWE, unfortunately, without the assistance of Matt Hardy, doesn't know how to properly do a cinematic match, with the exception of the Undertaker bit. The Undertaker AJ Styles bit was amazing.
Now, here's the question: What's his face who did all the deletions worked on that match?
Oh,
No.
Jeremy Borash?
Yes, Jeremy Borash. So did Jeremy Borash work on this one tonight or no? That's what I'm wondering. Because Jeremy, honestly, I got to be honest, man. You know what saved it a little bit for me was the acting. I thought the women I thought they were entertaining, you know. But just like the haunted house, cartoony cheese was the problem. And they even had sound effects. Yeah, it was a little unfortunate, but they tried, and I thought the women really did a good job of acting. I couldn't believe how well acted it was by the wrestlers.
I really like Toxic Attraction. They're really good chemistry with each other. They've been one of the best storylines on NXT.
Yeah, man or woman.
They're not the beautiful people, but they're the closest thing to the beautiful people we've seen.
I would even say they do a better job than the beautiful people in a lot of ways.
I think they're a little bit different from the beautiful people. I don't know. I haven't really seen enough of the beautiful people. I just remember they were one time in like a bra and panties match, and I jacked off to it. But you know, like I don't really know much to them, you know, about them. So Toxic Attraction is really like refreshing because this is what Damage Control should be doing. And it's embarrassing to see. Yeah, it's embarrassing to see how good chemistry. How much good chemistry they have with each other, and then like look at Bailey and Dakota Kai and fucking Io Shirai. Like literally, Dakota Kai is carrying like every promo they have.
Well, think about it. I mean, think about it. Like just literally, what was it like 2 years ago, where Mandy went down to NXT, and again, she made the smartest move of her career, going back down to NXT, relearning how to like really do that character development style as well as her wrestling. And now she's a legitimate star, along with the other two members of Toxic Attraction. And again, I remember the promo where it was like, "Hey, I got a business proposition for you guys," and then it just all went up from there.
I really enjoy her on the mic too. I think she's really improved there, and and she's so fucking sexy too. Like I don't know, she's really gotten so hot.
She's really making my crush on Trish Stratus from like years prior, like a past life. It's insane.
So you are straight. All right, confirmed.
For real? Like,
yep,
wow.
there you go. That's one part of the piece of the puzzle, unidentified.
Of Rostafa.
Yep.
What, I can talk about a crush, but I can't talk about my private life. There you go. Why not?
Okay, well now we know that you're not. Well, we know that you like women. You could still be bi. You know,
not even close.
I mean. My biggest
I am
problem
not AC/DC.
My biggest problem with that match is they left the two other members of Toxic Attraction at that stupid haunted house. And how the fuck did they get back to the arena?
Well, even I think Vic Dickhead said that. He was like, I thought you was
WWE logic.
Well, he's like, I thought you was locked in a freezer or something like that.
I don't know. That never a problem after they're off camera.
That match was like 2 minutes. I don't know. I barely got to see it because Peacock took a shit on me because it fucking sucked.
Peacock took a shit on you too?
Yeah, it sucks. I hate using this. All right, I'm really like the only reason I have it is to watch the pay-per-views. I would get rid of it, especially after that fucking awful Halloween movie.
Boy, you know what? You don't want to watch Bel Air. You don't want to watch anything else on the network.
The only reason why I keep it is because it has like King of Queens and Everybody Loves Raymond, and you know my family likes that show.
The older stuff,
you know, with Ray Romano. So you know, I just enjoy that. But oh my god, it's such a terrible app. It's always buffering. There's always something wrong with it.
Well, remember when the WWE app first started. When the WWE app first started, it was buffering. It wasn't even. And it got better at it.
No, but the thing is, Mustafa, the WWE app was never as bad as the Peacock app.
Oh no, truly. No, I'm not disagreeing with that whatsoever. I was just saying when they first started, I kind of didn't want to get it at first because after the CM Punk interview where he was just like, "Are we even getting paid for these live streams?" and WWE's like, "No," and I'm like, what's the point? So I like to support, wrestlers, whether it be through merchandise or anything directly that's actually going to help their income, because it's just like, especially on the independent scene. If you're just not getting paid, especially within the stream era, kind of like in the way in the music industry is, and it's like, what the hell, The only way you can support somebody is by seeing them live.
I also think a lot of people
paid like millions at that point. So like, who gives a fuck?
No. He left the company And even at that point when they started doing it, yeah, I mean, again, this was just right at the brink before WrestleMania 30. So,
I think honestly, you have to go to the streaming route because it's the popular route. Nobody wants to spend $50 to $100 on pay-per-views. It's stupid.
You have to remember the pay-per-views back then were absolute dog shit.
Exactly. And how much did you
2014,
spend?
yeah, absolutely.
Well, like even back then, like when Joe was a kid, oh man, fucking trash man versus the fucking construction worker.
Yeah, but that's 95. That's 95. I'm talking like 99.
No, 93.
2001.
Yeah.
Like Joe, didn't you love spending money on that shit?
I can remember.
We had Hogan and the Macho Man and all them.
I remember when I would go back and watch wrestling, it was like way more. It was a little more, it was a little more serious. But yeah, it just got more ridiculous. If you actually watched it from, say, 1985 to 1995, you would have seen it get more and more ridiculous, right, as it just went on until you get to 1993, and then you're like IRS and Repo Man and all this stuff, and you're just like, what is going on?
The best money I've ever spent. The best money I ever spent was on Backlash 2000. It was the first pay-per-view I ever got. It was one of my favorite cards. Dude, top to bottom. And again, yes, it had some corny comedy here and there and blah, blah, blah. But dude, at that time, even the corny comedy was passable and believable as an 8-year-old kid watching
WWE got way too corny with comedy I mean, later, obviously, in 2007 and stuff. But 2003 and 4, too. Like, they started... doing a lot of that stuff.
Rico and all that other stuff, yeah.
But you got also, I mean, think about the matches of that time. I mean, Benoit and Angle at Royal Rumble, oh my God, was an amazing match. And, you had so many...
Even Benoit and Jericho, even, in the ladder match that they had at the Rumble. I mean, it's still one of my favorite matches to this day.
Yeah, that was the start of the murderous rampage with that fucking... with
that
fucking chair shot. Yeah.
Well,
dude, he went for a suicide dive and he got hit smack dab in a chair and fell on the concrete.
You think Jericho watches that match? He's like, probably shouldn't have done that.
I got another good point about tonight, but before I bring up this point, Luke, did you watch last night's Monetize This with Bullfrog?
No, I fell asleep. I was exhausted.
There are 7 hours now. I think it kind of started slow, to be honest, but it was one of the best shows of the year, man. I think there's a lot of takes from it. You gotta go watch some of that shit because there was a couple of things I was like, I wish Luke was here for this. Like, it was fucking crazy, some of the stuff that happened. And the cops showed up at his house again, and he told the cop...
Oh, my God.
He told the cop to go fuck themselves to death. Like, it was unbelievable. Like, I haven't timestamped that part yet, dude, but when he yelled, go fuck yourself to death or whatever, I almost fucking choked. Yeah, he was like, go fuck yourself. And he was like, I don't know. Dude, he was talking to them like he talks to us, like when he's angry or whatever. But there's just so many clips I got to get from last night. But here's the thing. Let me explain something. I think this show tonight is going to suffer from being on a Saturday night. I think that this is a mistake with the demographic. With trying to grab the younger demographic on a Saturday night at this point is a bad mistake. I think you would have had a lot more better reception for Halloween Havoc if this show had been on a Sunday night. So I think this is a huge mistake. I think a lot of people did not watch this show tonight because they were out doing something, they were busy, or they just didn't care. UFC was on earlier. They masturbated, then went to bed after UFC. So I honestly think that they gave up 30% of their possible audience because it's on Saturday. I believe it.
Or maybe they should have done it on Thursday. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I feel like something because you're right. Saturday, nobody's going to be watching this, but I don't know. Maybe Thursday would have been better because it's right before SmackDown. It is, and it's after NXT, so you can still have that go home show on the USA Network. So like, I don't know. Maybe that would have been better, but I don't know. I how many people do you think tuned in for tonight? Like 80,000 or something? Right? Maybe less than that
on an average.
No, I don't know. No, because it's free because it's on the Peacock Network. Probably like 150 to 200, probably 250,000, maybe 200,000. I'll say.
I was gonna say 200,000, maybe, just because, like, again, because they have a loyal audience, and normally that audience.
But here's the thing. If tonight, like, say tonight, 200,000 people tuned in, maybe 300,000 people tuned in, right? Say that is tonight. If they had done this on Sunday, they would add 450 to 500,000 tune-ins.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
No, I mean, if you're thinking about the younger demographic, you have to think about how that's also a school night the next day.
No, that's fine. They don't care. I don't think I think the younger demographic on a Sunday night going to school the next day, they're like, okay, this is my last thing I'm doing tonight for school, and I'm playing video games and I'm watching fucking Halloween.
And also, mind you, that like that was
Saturday night they're going out.
Decades. That was the standard for decades to do something on a Sunday night, especially like when you're going up against football, you're going up against basketball and various other sports. Pay-per-view for wrestling on a Sunday was the standard. I mean, yeah, there was times where they had something, let's say on a Saturday or Survivor Series, they would do it on a Wednesday or Thursday, whatever it was for Thanksgiving or so. But even then, Sunday became the standard.
Right.
But now they're really aiming for Saturday. They're really
just because
Saturdays now.
Just because Sunday became the standard doesn't mean Saturday can't become the standard. Because honestly, as a kid, I really wanted pay-per-views to be on Saturday. I thought Sunday was really inconvenient because when you're like a kid, you have a lot of you have a lot of energy after the pay-per-view. You know, you're like, oh man,
I don't agree.
John Cena when he fucking jacked off that guy. Oh my fucking god, it was crazy.
I don't agree. I don't think so. On a Saturday night, people are meeting up to play video games on a Saturday. They're watching football, college football maybe. They're meeting up to play video games. They're going out to do stuff. So like, because they're gonna sleep in on Sunday. So I don't believe that's true, man. I really do think that Saturday is a huge mistake, and they would do better on a Sunday. Because on Sunday, whatever you got the next day, you're sitting down, you might watch it, but you're not gonna watch it on Saturday because you've got stuff going on, even if that's video games with friends.
I think making it an NXT event this year was a huge mistake, given that Raw actually falls on Halloween this year.
Yeah,
Wow.
but yeah, Halloween falls on a Monday, and actually my birthday's the day before Halloween.
Wow, so goddamn Monday, shit, I didn't realize that. Hey, real quickly, shout out to Dave Rose. He did catch the part where the cops came. Here's Bullfrog talking to the cops.
Just write the points right. I thought you said
Enjoy this.
248.
You can hear him in the background.
246. Did I write it wrong?
Against Bullfrog, $10 before I made it bigger.
What is all that yelling about?
I was about to say.
him talking.
I don't care. Leave me alone.
Uh-oh.
Hold on.
Should I call this put out here? Go fuck off.
Is it the cops?
Fuck off, he said. Fuck off, then.
No, I'm fine. Well, I need to call police report on this troll.
Oh my God! They called on. They
It's
called.
harassment. What he's doing to me.
Mute.
It's probably fucking Scott McKinnon.
Oh no, he's blaming Scott.
What the fuck?
Did he just blame Scott?
Yeah.
I'm not saying anything. I'm on the show. I'm having fun.
Only Joe talks. Everyone mutes. Now.
Oh my God! Is he gonna get shot on the air?
Well, you're the one harassing me. By knocking on my door and disturbing me.
Who's he talking to?
No, dude, I'm a grown adult. I don't need to be checked on. Do I have to call your police department and tell all your fucking crooked cops not to come out to my place? Yeah.
Do I have to call your police department and have all your crooked cops out to my place? All your crooked cops?
Well, this is the last warning for all you officers. Do not come out here. Unless I'm being threatened, or if my life if I'm not being prevented if I'm not
He gave the cops a last warning.
being threatened with my life, do not come out here. So go fuck off. Yeah, well, piss off.
Oh my
Wow.
Hold on, guys.
So go.
What happened after that?
So go fuck off. That was it. That was it. He told
That was it?
he got swatted and he told the cops to go fuck off. He gave the cops a warning and he called them all crooked cops. So well, I'm gonna call the police station. Have more of your crooked cops come down here.
Jesus.
That
What the fuck is going
Luke
on?
Rojas, you sound like an alien.
All right, we got to mute Rojas. That's 10 minutes of.
That fucking sucks.
Imagine if Bullfrog was black, bro. He'd be dead right now.
Oh God.
He'd be just a dead person.
Just like in 2016 with who's that one dude he died in Louisiana?
Eric Garner, like? Oh no, that was somebody else.
No. It was like July. Oh my God.
You know what's
Alan
funny?
Sterling?
Just and this is actually a sick thing to say, but I'm going to say it anyway. Just put Eric Garner with the cops, where he's like, "Please, officer, I'm not doing anything wrong, man. I'm not doing anything wrong," and they just start choking him to death. Meanwhile,
Who's Eric Garner again?
Meanwhile, have Bullfrog being
Really?
like, "Fuck you! I'll fuck you up. This is your last fucking warning," and they just leave him alone.
Dude, Eric Garner was the guy that got choked out for selling Lucy's on the corner.
He was resisting, but it was retarded. They should have just left him alone.
barely resisting though at the time. And then
Oh, yeah, I remember that guy.
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
Sucked, dude. That sucked.
I actually I made a video on that, and I got so heated in my video that my video got taken down.
Yeah,
because
there was
because I basically was like, you know how the cops, I was like flipping out on the police, and in the police I said, "Oh, you don't care because he's just a," and I said the N-word, because I was angry, and I was like, "That's all he is, you fucking cop motherfuckers." But I was actually I was angry at the police, but the YouTube algorithm was like, and they took that down, and I said I said something about the cop and his family. I don't know. It was like the video was fucking horrific, dude. I was like, "Fuck your old police department." I'll fucking like I'm.
Oh my
like,
god, I remember that video.
You do that now, you're like a terrorist. But yeah, it was crazy. I was losing my dude. They fucking choked him out and killed him. I thought it was crazy. I mean, like ridiculous.
Well, you don't wear a towel over it.
That guy put put a crazy fucking choke on him, like from behind in a weird, like he was just kind of resisting in a way, like, "Nah, get off me," or whatever. It was like. Here's the thing, though, man. If anybody ever gets arrested, if you ever get arrested, like, if you're ever about to get arrested, just fucking get arrested. Just be like, "Yo, all right, put the cuffs on me and let's go ahead. Like, let's figure, are you going to arrest me for this? Like, this is retarded. Like,
Let's do this.
Just do it. Just do it. Just go with it." I mean, dude, I did that when they cornered me. I just said, "Okay, go ahead, cuff me," and then they did, and then they found out it wasn't me, and I fucking got out of there.
Dude, it wasn't just long ago where I'm literally driving I'm in the passenger seat of my homie's car. They asked for my ID, and I'm not even the driver.
Well, they can do that, yeah.
But it's weird though, and I'm like, dude, what do you want, bro? You want a cookie? Like, no, get away from me. And I could have been that guy, but I was just like, dude, I'm in the middle of bumble hell.
Well, you could have said,
right now.
You could have said, I mean, because you can say, I mean, you can say, why do you need my ID? And they can tell you, and they well, I don't need to give you my ID.
Well, exactly. But the thing is, I can literally read not only my rights, but I can also tell them by state law and make them feel so stupid that they'll give me a reason to arrest me.
Yeah, they'll just look for something. It's not worth it. It's like
it's not at all.
It's more like,
to invoke the fifth and shut your fucking mouth.
Honestly, as long as they're not being super disrespectful or something, I'm gonna comply. Because I know that they've got a million things to do and whatever the case is. Listen,
and I
bro,
really don't feel like making a phone call from a jail cell at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, you might win in the end, but you're gonna waste a lot of fucking time. So
and money.
But if they are doing something inappropriate though, or something really kind of fucked up, well, then you got to fight it. You got to do your right thing. But if it's just stupid and you're profiled as a kid too, younger people are profiled.
Absolutely.
So you just accept it. You kind of go, "Yep, I'm a kid. I'm driving this piece of shit. I look like a fucking whatever. I just came from a house party where they're smoking weed. I smell like weed." Like, I did that once. I came from a house party. I smell like weed. The cop was like, "Do I need a dog or whatever?" I'm like, "No." I'm like, "You can." He goes, "Well, we'll get a warrant." I'm like, "No, you can search my car. Go ahead. I came from a party where people were smoking, but I didn't smoke, and I don't have anything in my car, nor do I really smoke." So I was like, "But yeah, you can search the car. Go ahead." And I was like, "Should I get out of the car, stay in the car?" And the cop went, "Hang on there for a minute, I'll be back." He came back, he didn't search the car. But
that's what I'm saying. They gave you the option. There's a lot of people that unfortunately
I've been in the car where they did that. My friend was pulled over, same thing, and he was like, "Yeah, go ahead, search the car." They did. They searched the car. They brought a fucking dog. Searched the car, searched me. They searched around the car, and then they eventually let us go after 2 hours. Fucking 2 hours. And I told the cop, I go, "Hey, listen, man, like, if he's got," because they were asking me, "Is there something in the car?" And I'm like, "Dude, if there's something in the car, I don't know about it. Maybe there is something in the car, but if it is, the guy could have put it there a week ago. I don't follow him around and see what he does. Like what the fuck? What do you want me to say?" So so he goes, "Because if we find something, you lied to me." And I'm like, "Well, listen, dude, this ain't my car. So I'm telling you, he could put a dildo in the car somewhere, and I wouldn't know that, would I? Because this is the first time I've ever been in his fucking car." And the cop is like, "Okay." You know, it's like, duh. What, you think I follow this guy around with his car all day? Dude, he could have crystal meth in the seats. I don't know. I said that. The cop was like, so we're going to find, what are we going to find? I'm like, I don't fucking know. I haven't seen this guy in a month. I'm in his car randomly tonight, and you're asking me what's in the car. For all I know, there's a shotgun hidden in the car. You know, like, dude, when I said that, I said stuff like that. Like, there's crystal meth in the seats. I don't know. And so I was like, Jesus Christ, you know what's going to happen from all this? They're going to take his car and, like, rip it to pieces and find nothing. And it's all because I said this.
It'll be like Walking Tall, where like The Rock and Johnny Knoxville just like take away the truck and you find nothing but just strip parts.
They searched forever. They brought the dogs. Once the dogs didn't find anything, they were like, okay, well, so you realize though that, you know, that your taillight's dim on the left side. Or whatever. It was like, fuck yourself. You were here for drugs. Now you're here for a fucking light-looking taillight. The fuck out of here. He's like, all right.
Dude, that reminds me of this one time in high school, senior year. We were outside our microeconomics class, and you know the police officer came with the drug dog, and they told us all, leave your bags here, take everything out of your pockets, leave it on the desk, and step outside the classroom. Oh fuck, dude! Oh my god! Dude.
Drop your pants and go low.
And you would come in your backpack.
Dude, honestly, we all stepped out. We were peeking inside the mirror of the door or the window, and oh my god, the guy brought a fucking backpack out, and he said, "Whose backpack is this?" It was a fucking army backpack, and the fucking kid who owned that backpack was this black kid. He was the only one who got caught, dude. Oh my god, Hector, that was his name. Fuck.
Wait, Hector?
Everybody was fucking dying, dude. Oh my god. Because he was the only one. It was fucking weird.
Like, of course, they're taking Jamal. It doesn't happen all the time, but it happens.
Well, I mean, it's fucking weird. Like, I thought to myself,
whoa, guys, you know, it's funny that happened to me, man. Like, I remember we got pulled over, and like, and then I'm in my buddy's car, and here's the thing, and then they thought I was smoking weed, they thought my friend, and they had us outside the car for like 3 hours, and this other time, same thing, exactly what you, I know the mayor.
All right.
Came by.
All right, guard.
You raised a piece of shit.
HBK.
Everybody loves Raymond sucked fucking hairy ball sweat.
Thank
Joe.
you. Okay.
I don't mind orange women. It's the ones without a vagina and a pulse that turn me off. Super Bowl rematch Monday night. Wouldn't mind seeing Punk go back to MMA. We could all use a laugh.
It's not really it's not really a Super Bowl rematch Monday, you know what I mean? I mean, these teams are completely different now. But you know, thank you HBK is the new Pat Patterson. Really appreciate that.
That is actually true. That's actually an accurate statement. Yes.
What-
HBK is the new Pat Patterson.
Wait,
What's
so you're
Monday?
calling HBK gay?
No, you're
Well,
calling
I
him,
mean,
HB gay.
I think you're calling him a predator.
Nah, he kind of is gay. I mean, he's such.
Wait. What if you put his
I love
ring
Sean.
entrance music right behind this GIF?
I thought about it, but instead I put this.
Or like a parody version of his music.
The condom.
I'm the
The
showstopper,
headliner.
the icon, the main event, the Heartbreak Kid, Schlong, Michaels.
Oh boy, look at this. Oh my God.
The booty shorts.
AKA HB Shizzle.
Kid, I want you to wear these shorts.
He's gonna be HB Jizzle after that. Oh boy.
Hey kid.
He's going in. He's gone all the way in. Look at this. Look at the look on Shawn Michaels' face right here. You can tell he's erect.
And he wore those black pants to cover the semen stain.
I do believe that they are basically male bonding here. I think it's just a loving affair. Well, it's not just a loving affair. This is absolute sexuality at its finest. No doubt about it that Sean chose those pants to hide the big carrot down below.
He's making Goldust blush.
Man, I'll tell you about HBK dust. HB gay.
No,
Have to release some gold dust from his penis.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, to him, HBK stands for hot black kid.
Oh no, my God.
That's the new one right there. That's the new hashtag.
And if you're not down with that, I got 2 words for you. Get raped.
Get scared.
Get scared. All right.
The
I love it.
saxophone. Yeah, I don't know if that's a synthesizer or a
Saxophone. I purposely looked up sexy saxophone music, and I found that.
Hey,
it was sexy.
Hey, Joe, what did you think of the ambulance match?
The ambulance?
Yeah, the ambulance.
Well, I want to say, first of all, that I was impressed with Booker T that he said ambulance and not ambulance. But then Dan Kennedy, your white ass, just said ambulance. So fucking.
That's awesome.
That's irritating.
That's awesome.
Booker T had a few good lines tonight. One of his
Booker
lines
T was bad and good at the same time tonight.
Someone stabbed someone with a pen, and Vic Joseph was like, "Whoa, he stabbed him! He stabbed him with my pen." And Booker T's like, "You probably feel a little guilty about that, don't you?" Like, I don't know, just like something
guilty about that, don't you? Somebody tell him.
Guilty about that, don't you? Huh?
You tell him.
You fucking Count Chocula motherfucker.
Ducky, quack, quack.
Yo, you know if Tony
anybody ever tell you look like Nosferatu, motherfucker?
You guys. You guys, you talk about how much shit people give Tony Khan, like I said earlier, about hugging people, and then you see Shawn Michaels full on molesting somebody. Like what a double standard. I mean, to be honest, you know, it is.
But back
it
to
is
that
a double
ambulance
standard.
match, I think it was really
Ambulance.
great. I really loved it. I think it was so chaotic and so brutal. You know,
What do you
just
think of the
it was
cheesy
like,
fans in the back? I mean, it was nice. I thought it was all right. You're right.
I don't know. I really enjoyed it. They beat the shit out of each other, and it was better than I think it was better than most of the brawl type matches we got at Extreme Rules too.
It was better than better than most ambulance matches. In some way.
Yeah, this was definitely my favorite one. I think.
I got respect for anyone that can have an ambulance door slams on their freaking wrists.
What I understood the second time what he did to block the door in a way. But the first time, it looked like his fingertips were there. Like, that didn't look right.
Yeah.
I think they really did his.
Did you notice, and I don't know if you noticed this, but after he got his hand slammed the second time, he kind of fought out of the ambulance, and he kind of started really beating the shit out of the guy in a weird way. And I was like, maybe he fucked up and his hand just got closed on it. I don't know, because it was almost like wrong. Like, his hand was on there. I don't know, man. To me, it looked weird. I got to go back and watch that part again, and I could just be being worked here in a fucking stupid mark, but it was weird, man. I felt like there was no way that door didn't hurt his fingers on the first one.
The only thing that I think this match lacked was some really good commentary, because there was no intensity. They barely I was.
Don't get me started on the commentary with Vic Joseph and shit.
I know, but I got really stoned.
They literally, you realize I have to watch the actual guy they chose over me. Like, it's like, that's bizarre.
I know, but I can't help but sometimes do like my own little commentary while I'm watching it, like in my head. Like, and I'm just imagining, like, you need to be fucking intense with this shit. Like, every big move that happened, Vic Joseph was just like, big move there. Wow. Like, no raise of voice. And then, like, he only goes to one certain level.
Yes.
Like, oh man. But that's like,
and he goes bam and boom, boom, bam. Wham!
He literally sounds like a comic book. Like,
oh,
literally.
I hate him. Now, Booker T was
going
fun.
over the top rope.
I like Booker T better than Vic Joseph, because at least Booker T is ridiculous at times. You know, it's like.
But he showed no energy still. It's like everybody's on Xanax or some shit watching this shit.
Yeah, I don't.
I'm about to resend you the TNA deal where he and Kevin Nash were on commentary, because I think I sent that to you to your messenger. It's hilarious.
Oh, I bet it is. Yeah, Booker T's funny on commentary.
I'm about to send you that right now.
Honestly, they need a third person, because Booker T is great, but it's like, you know, Booker T should be the third guy, and there should be an actual color guy. And I didn't say colored guy, color guy.
Joe, at first.
Why don't they get that? What was his name? Like Whale or something? That fucking like guy who got beat up by Brock Lesnar, and he sucked. Don't bring him back.
I've erased him from my mind.
It'd be funny.
Look, if you want a color guy,
I mean, I think Vic Joseph is at least better than that guy.
Hey,
so
Luke,
he's the second worst one they've brought.
Luke, can you hear Creeper Hostage? Can you hear Creeper Hostage, Luke? Creeper, back in and back out.
All right.
Or maybe Luke has
I don't know
to
what
do
you're
that.
saying.
Well, Creeper was talking, and you talked over him several times, and I think it's because you couldn't hear him.
Yeah, we couldn't hear him, Joe.
Oh, okay. So a lot of people couldn't hear Creeper. All right. So that's what it is. Because yeah, he was talking and it was clearly getting bowled over, and so it makes me think that people.
Oh,
couldn't
Joe,
hear
I just sent you. I just sent it to you again.
What is that? The impact thing?
Yeah, yeah.
I got paid.
But yeah, they need another commentator to go with Booker.
This is when he was really obnoxious, like on just any type of microphone whatsoever. It was hilarious.
Yeah, I don't.
I'm sorry. I had Creeper hostage on mute on accident. My
Oh, there it is. Okay. There you
Oh,
go.
there we go.
I mean, I'd mute
I don't
him
know how
too.
that
I get
happened.
it. I know how it happened.
bad. Oh yeah, yeah.
He Creeper hostage.
Yeah.
But yeah. I like dick. Yeah.
What's up, guys?
Whatever, Random Gamer Schmo. Last night was insane, and Random Gamer was here donating and being crazy. He was on the show.
And I mean,
I
Random Gamer kept his word last night.
Yep.
I did. I slayed the bullfrog. I suggested in the chat. I suggested in the chat that I come out with a Frog Slayer T-shirt. I don't know.
Dude, I'll buy that. I'll buy it.
Yeah. I was thinking about
Frog
making a
Slayer,
custom
baby.
tee. Yeah.
That would be good. With the bloody eyes.
Yeah.
The X's over the eyes.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That would
That'd
be
pretty
funny.
cool.
I'd
Like
buy
a dead
that.
frog almost. Like have like a dead frog on the top
Tongue
of the
is all
T-shirt.
out.
Yeah. And then in
Like
the
a mangy
background,
frog.
is cops coming in.
Can't wait.
And a stack
I
of.
can't wait for Bullfrog's angry phone call to the police department. I want you to look through the database for Random Gamer.
No, he's gonna be like, no. I remember the time the cops came and he went, "Well, it's the Joe Cronin show," and I was like, "No, don't mention me. I have nothing to do with this shit."
Dude, I swear to God, if the cops come to my house over this shit.
Well, they might if they find your real name.
I mean, you got less to worry about than I did.
The people that do this to Bullfrog look through everybody and do this to everybody.
Damn.
So yeah.
Him just name dropping names of people who's not even on the show anymore.
If you're on the show, you better make sure your fucking Facebook's private. That's what I tell people. Or you.
Oh, of course.
Because if your name is like Monkey Face 7 and you use that everywhere and you come on, they'll fucking find you.
Yeah.
They'll track down your IP.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
dude, trust me, they've been doing it for years.
That's why you got to get a VPN.
Well, that's one reason, but that won't protect you because if your name is Monkey Pie 7 and you use it everywhere and they go on Facebook, you don't need a VPN to find your Facebook and your contact info and your family.
Well, I don't really use Facebook, so
yeah. Well, LinkedIn's another one. You got to be careful, man. They'll
or Linktree. You can imagine to find your
whatever,
Linktree.
Whatever you got, man.
Stuff.
I'm telling you, whatever you got, it's not hard.
Yeah, it's out there, man.
Yeah, bro.
People are crazy.
One time they called an old coach of mine.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yo, that's wild.
Big Brother's watching, man.
No, it ain't Big
Cronin
Brother.
was a homo.
Cronin was a homo. You coach him? What's his dick look like? Fuck you.
Fucking Jerry Sandusky.
Right?
Oh no, we're not.
Oh my god.
You remember that motherfucker? You remember Jerry Sandusky?
Yeah, bro. Fucking touching all the kids on the fucking.
Remember his wife just sitting upstairs while they cried downstairs in the basement? Fucking weird family that is.
Bro, I don't understand. Like, this motherfucker got away with this shit. Not even, like, he got away with it for a literal year. It was absolutely crazy.
Welcome to America.
Look at all the stuff that everyone gets away with now. I mean, hey, if you call it out, they come after you. Look, when Alex Jones went after Epstein Island, they came after him huge back then. That was before Sandy Hook, but they went after him. They went after Alex big time because he was exposing it, and now he was right. It wasn't, he wasn't.
I wonder why they went after him when he said, they're intergalactic demon slayers eating souls out of the vagina of children. Like, nobody's gonna believe you.
Well, they don't care
like that.
No, they don't. Yeah, they don't care about that. But yeah, you start talking about Epstein Island and naming people, like they came after him then.
Well, that's not the only reason. That's not the only reason they went after Alex.
Well,
Jones.
no,
Like,
the reason
he had good points, but he's a nut job.
No, but the reason
at least he betrays himself as
the
one.
reason why they went after him is because all they had to do was find something legitimate to go after him for. If he had never said certain things about certain things, he never would be in trouble for the Sandy Hook stuff. He never would have been. It never would have even. Well, he might have been sued by the families, but he never would have been banned everywhere for the Sandy Hook thing. They just they use that because it's like this. It's like if I exposed a bunch of government people, but 1 week I got drunk and I ran over some people. You know what I mean? Maybe a lot of other people do that and they get away with it.
a piece of shit.
They'd find me.
Think HBK is going to be wearing nothing but the North American title belt later tonight like he did in Play Girl when him and Wesley had their own version of a 60-minute Iron Man match? Rostafa, can you get me Broadway tickets? Owner and founder of Red Bull died.
Really?
Damn.
Wow, I have a.
I got actually, I got a few hookups, not a problem.
I have a Red Bull a friend that works at a high position there, not that far, like up the street here. That's interesting. I should go stop by. Hey, man, your fucking founder is dead. That's a great conversation.
I'm sure he cares.
You're right. He's probably happy. Oh, my pay go up? No, I don't fucking care. But yeah, no, yeah, and it's a weird thing, man. So it's one of those things where, like, you did do wrong things and you will get in trouble for it, but they typically kind of use that against you because you did right things. It's weird, man. That's where the truth's always in the middle with a lot of shit. Alex has done a lot of bad things. He's done a lot of good things. But in the end, poor. Have you seen?
I mean, dude, there were still people going after DMX after he passed away just because he did wrong and we got into having dog fights and stuff like that. And I'm like, dude, man, it's DMX. This guy changed his ways. He did his little time, wherever like that. He got out, became better of it, and there were still people talking.
Besides, you kill dogs, like you don't.
When did I kill a dog?
Oh, you don't. Kill
people still talk bad about
You're thinking of Jesse.
Oh,
people still talk bad about people who have died like years ago, like Albert Fish, a serial killer who used to eat children and rape them and beat them so their meat was tender. Like, come on, get over it. Like, and what a few dogs killed each other, and they were probably like cute little things, and, fuck them, he said he was sorry.
Shit bum.
He said he was sorry.
Gives me wings.
Gigi gives me wings, man. I love her. Yeah, no doubt about it. Wings, Gigi Dolan. La 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 la. Oh. God, I love her. Chief Wahoo, thanks for the $5, man. God damn it. It's a beautiful
Salute
thing.
to the chief.
Sure you do, Rastava. That's what Eddie Chaos says. We know what you do, Rastava, with animals. Chief Wahoo, $5 shit bum.
Yeah. I actually give them good homes.
You walk them.
Yeah, I do walk them. Absolutely.
Walk them.
I feel like Rastaffer's the type of dude that would volunteer at the animal shelter.
I would actually, and I have.
If you could take pictures of the
I
privates.
said hello, bitches.
What's good, Ryan? What's good, dog?
Ryan?
Meow. What up, Kraga?
Oh, dude, you got to bring back that cat head that you had, Joe.
I wish I could, man. That thing was $200.
New subscriber.
It was $200. Whoa. Alex Jr. Sanchez. Buenos noches. Has become a subscriber. Alex, thank you, man. Welcome to the stream. And go back and watch last night's 7-hour show. You will throw up on somebody. Trust me. How you doing, Meow? What did you think of NXT tonight?
Well, speaking of NXT, I think we should move on with the.
Well, I just asked him a question. Mustafa just.
Oh.
I mean, Luke
I'm
Rojas.
sorry. I'm sorry. I thought you were talking to a donator. My bad.
No,
my bad. I didn't know. I thought
you are a bad.
I thought you were talking to somebody like in the chat. In the chat or something. My bad. My mic is all fucked up. Let me hang up for a second.
Blow your brains out. No, I'm just kidding.
I said it's all good.
Well, I mean, Meow does have Ryan has a very soft voice, so go ahead, Ryan.
That's because he's smoking that herb right now.
Yeah.
No. Ryan has that like Morgan Freeman voice.
Morgan Freeman. People just talk over me. That's okay. That's why I don't talk.
Well, you got a soft.
But NXT was not that good.
Same here. Same
Not
here,
good.
bro.
NXT was not that good. I saw it while I was at work. It wasn't that good. I did like the opening match, ladder match.
That was the best.
That's about it. Nathan Frazier's a beast. Be on the lookout for him. Drop kick that like button. Let's go.
Yeah, I'm actually not gonna lie. His drop kicks are actually pretty damn freaking good.
Yeah.
They're not quite like Randy Orton's or Hardcore Holly's or something like that, but yeah, really good drop kick.
What do you think? What is with the Quincy guy? Quincy guy. I'm from Quincy. We say Quincy, not Quincy, but whatever.
He's fat.
I don't get it. What's the thing? Is he like funny or like?
He's a super diva. He's
What does
One
that
of
mean?
those woke gay people.
So is that a good?
He's a girl and a guy.
Is he mocking that, or is he really that?
No, he's a girl and a guy. He thinks
Is
he's
he a
guy.
transgender?
No, he just thinks he's a girl and a guy.
Is that
Oh,
is that really
so
what he
gender
thinks, or
fluid?
is that a gimmick, or is he
No,
really
that's
like
no,
that?
that's for real. That's really what he thinks.
They call it gender fluid.
Is that allowed?
He seems terrible.
It's allowed now.
Well, I mean, listen, anything's allowed. You can be whatever you want. That's fine, but don't arrest me if I call you a fucking cunt.
It's a fucking
It happened when Vince McMahon was there. So, hey, Triple H, change it if you can.
Listen, that doesn't bother me. I just don't think he's good. I don't care what I don't care if there's someone who's gender fluid. That's fine. I just don't think he's good. I think his gimmick is look at me. I'm gender fluid, and that's it. Like that's all I see. Like that he has some. Like I'm supposed to be.
He started on NXT Level Up.
He's a slightly worse.
On that.
He's a slightly worse version of Sunny Kiss.
Yeah, see, I'd rather Sunny Kiss though. I kind of get Sunny Kiss.
Yeah,
like Sunny
I
Kiss.
just thought he was.
Sun right there.
I just thought he was fat. That's all. I didn't know he was
Sunny
gay.
Kiss shaves his asshole.
Sunny Kiss is in shape, and Sunny Kiss is like a dancer, and Sunny Kiss like has a flair about her and him, and I don't know. I always
Sunny classifies as a her.
Sunny doesn't mind either way. Sunny said so. Like I call Sunny a her a lot because you're very.
By the way, Sunny actually trained a couple miles away from me. As a matter of fact, at ECPW with Gina Caruso.
I'd like to train with Sunny, like sexually.
He is from Jersey.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. I am straight and I got a wife, but Sunny, something about Sunny. You know, I'd be flattered if Sunny thought I was hot. You know what I mean?
Don't fall for it, Joe. Don't fall for it.
I'm thinking about it.
Something about that.
I go right into it.
I'm still surprised that Sunny's not really being used, especially like like in a major storyline on Dynamite. Like, is Sunny not what they're looking for in a sense of like more?
He's a darker. He's an AEW darker.
I'll tell you.
I
what.
know.
It's because honestly, Sunny is a wonderful like opening match, or reminds me kind of like Doink the Clown. Doink the Clown used to be a great sort of like pre-show match, or like whatever, or maybe like Barry Horowitz type of thing. Like I would employ Sunny Kiss for a fun thing, and to do all these different angles with Sunny Kiss with all these little things, but not as a major star.
If you had the pen, Joe, if you had the pen, and Sunny was to go from, let's say, a Doink the Clown character to, let's say, like a Shelton Benjamin, not necessarily in an athletic type of point, but like in a more driven storyline point, like what would you do if you had the pen?
Well, if I had Sunny Kiss,
Gold Dust.
Yeah, I mean, I might actually do stuff like that. I mean, you could do a lot with Sunny Kiss. You could do a lot of like friendly to the crowd, baby face stuff with Sunny Kiss that would be nice as like an opening match, lower mid card or lower than that even, but it would work in a nice little way. But also, you could turn Sunny Kiss heel.
That's what I was gonna say.
Where, like you said, in a Goldust situation, where Sunny Kiss is like, he just doesn't like me because I'm different, and you know what I mean, and that sort of thing. And like Sunny Kiss dances on people and just pushes her sexuality on other people when they don't, and that can get some heel heat. But you can't do that nowadays, is what I'm told by so many people, that they're like, that doesn't work now because now you can't portray someone like this in a negative light, or their sexuality in a negative light. I disagree, though. I still think, what the fuck is wrong with that? Because
Orlando Jordan was a heel, and when he was in Impact Wrestling or TNA, like he was really pushing it and trying to be a big heel and just put it in everybody's face, unlike Goldust, which was more androgynous.
By the way,
Orlando was just going all the way.
If I was in AEW right now and I wanted to get heat on somebody, say MJF, I mean, you wouldn't do this now with MJF, but somebody else maybe, I would have them come out and basically get in Sunny Kiss's face and be like, I wasn't booked tonight. That's great. I'm in the back. So I grabbed a microphone, and I'm out here, and I don't know when they're going to cut it off, but the fact of the matter is I know you got 3 more minutes, but I'm going to be a part of that 3 more minutes. And the fact is, somebody like you should be disgusted and ashamed that you're on television. What do kids think when they look at something like you? Fuck, bro, that'd be so good.
I mean, like, I like that idea. Like, me personally, I really like the idea of just Sunny cutting those type of promos. But, like, obviously, you can't have that just because of the current demographic. If it wasn't because of the current demographic, I don't know. It's just,
Tony Khan, I hate to say it, but like this is going to be a pretty hot take. I don't think Tony Khan is that great of a booker. I just don't.
No, he's a
Well, I mean,
I don't.
You can have
You know what
that.
it is?
He's a fanboy living in his fantasy.
I think Tony Khan does book some things really well, actually. But I think the problem is he like Vince McMahon.
He over involves himself in shit.
That's part of it. But I honestly, dude, I think
yeah.
I think he also relies on some other people to book a lot of things, and I think that's sometimes the problem.
Daniels.
Yeah, because they just book regular stuff, and they don't think
Eric
about
Bischoff
it like
said
Tony
it
does.
best. Eric Bischoff said it best, where it's just like he's got to think bigger and think more long term instead of just working the internet marks, which I absolutely get. Do I think he, as you said, Joe, is he a good booker in some respects? Yeah, absolutely. But when it comes to the long term, I mean, again, there could be so much we could have already had now. Like, honestly, if Tony was what we know that he could be as not just an owner, but as a booker, we wouldn't have had what we had a couple weeks ago with the, the brawl out in the locker room.
Yeah, that was something we all knew was going to happen eventually, But I also think he overreacts to it too. But we don't know the specifics. I don't know the specifics, so maybe he's not
They're
overreacting.
still hiding stuff from us, bro.
Right. So if
They're
CM Punk
not telling us
if CM Punk is threatening legal action and stuff like that, then I take it all back. But I don't know. But if there's no real legal action that's happening and whatever, then it's all just overreaction. Just tell everyone to shut the fuck up. And if you don't get along, I'll get rid of everybody. Do you want to get along or do you want to be gone? And that's what I would do. And
isn't there like a zero tolerance policy within like everybody's contract, like they normally would in
No, I think that Tony Khan is a zero fucking like being like called weak and it looks bad on him and his company looks stupid and this shouldn't happen. I think he takes that all so seriously when I'd just be like, yeah, this happened in WWE a million times. But the problem is now the stuff that happened in WWE that comes out, there's a dark side of the ring on it and people get canceled. So now Tony Khan thinks, oh, no, I don't want in the future, me to get canceled or something. So I'll do something, But he never does it. He never preemptively does it. He only is reactionary.
I think Tony Khan.
He's not a businessman. He's never been a businessman.
His father is.
Well, his father is.
I think Tony Khan is just scared to do things. Like I think he's just overly scared. Like there are a lot of really good storylines that you could run on AEW, especially with the roster. I mean, they have, in my opinion, and at one point they actually did have more star power than WWE. So with the amount of people you have backstage and the amount of talent that you currently possess, there's a lot of really good storylines you could do. It's just that Tony Khan doesn't do it, and I wish he would just act on it rather than be a scared little boy. And
honest to God, like the one thing that still sticks up in my mind whenever I think about the scrum, is basically right before he leaves to go into the locker room, he says, "I'm tired, I'm old, and I'm dealing with children." Well, he practically became one that night because he threw the first punch allegedly. So. And again, we're not going to know everything.
It's like he wanted to go.
Right. He did throw the first punch.
Your locker room door.
Yeah. So basically, Punk and Ace and also Ace's wife with their dog was just like in the locker room, and then eventually the Elite started knocking on the door. But again, we're not going to know all the details until at some point where at least one participant within all of that is comfortable in doing that, and the NDA or whatever that they signed is no longer valid.
If there is one, yeah.
If there is one, yeah, exactly. But I'm pretty sure.
But you won't hear it from. You only hear it from Punk, because if they keep,
no, you'll hear it from, let's say,
you're not going to hear it from anybody because Punk ain't going to tell anybody, and the Young Bucks and everybody are going to stay in AEW probably.
Right. I'm just saying more so let's say with Nakazawa or somebody like that, or like somebody who's not like a major deal.
Unless Punk has unless somebody backstage, because it could have been recorded. I mean, you never know. Somebody could have just been out on the phone if there was a fucking fight.
It would be amazing if they had that.
Everyone has a camera on their phone now.
Right. But if you're an employee there, you're not going to do that because you're also going to be part of the problem, and you also
doesn't matter
as well.
It doesn't matter. The people, anybody.
Yeah, I mean, if someone's stupid enough to throw a chair at someone's head and do all this stupid shit, then somebody's stupid enough. Yeah, someone's stupid enough to film the fight, but it's it's funny that Mustafa, you brought up that he's working with children line. It really. I think we were talking one time in private about how it's like CM Punk kind of feels like a little kid on his birthday during the AEW scrum, where he's just like in a bad mood, and they're like, "Okay, well it's time to open up your presents." And it's like, I don't care. I want a PlayStation, and it's like that kid ends up having to get locked in his room and goes to bed early because he fucking ruined his own birthday party because he just acted like a little.
That's exactly right.
A little
That's
brat.
exactly right.
So like, oh, this is your championship. You've just won the title back. Summer of Punk again, man. I want my muffins. I want my muffins.
They're
I don't
closed
like
Mondays
that
and
guy.
Tuesdays.
Well, don't get the man his damn muffins.
I want my muffins, please.
Dude, but what made this great for me was that.
Oh,
No, I was just gonna say.
Wow, we're stopped. I mean,
What the fuck is
Luke
going
Rojas
on?
is
Let
Mike.
this man talk, yo.
No, I was
I
just gonna say this. It was just like when Jim Cornette was reviewing this, I was dying because he was just like, he was basically repeating everything that Punk says because him and Punk are actually kind of alike in the sense that
they're friends.
They just don't deal. Yeah, right. Well, they don't deal with BS like the way they deal with it, and like again, why would you make EVPs active wrestlers?
Well,
They both act like children.
They're very angry
That's
liberal
why.
people.
Yeah,
Apparently,
Cody got out of there.
From Cucamonga.
Listen, I'm a fairly liberal too. I'm not trying to make fun of the left, but something about that angsty "fuck you" if you don't agree with me, I hate you forever. And I don't understand that anymore. I was like that when I was 18. I was a very left leaning, angry if you didn't agree with me, and I didn't like religion. But I just don't get it. But they're like that, man. They don't like you. Even one little thing. There's no redemption. They hate you forever. Jim Cornette, CM Punk, same way. And I don't like that.
Childish.
I don't believe in fucking absolutes. The Sith don't believe in that. It's a one Star Wars quote, man. The Sith don't believe in only a Sith deals in absolutes. You can't be if you're really gonna be absolute about something because someone's belief is different than you. Then they should die and forever, and that's it.
Oh, yeah.
I don't
Dude,
get
it's
that.
just like that in college, man. Dude, my fucking teacher eggs that shit on in all the classes I'm in with.
Yeah,
and all these fucking feminist chicks who just
same,
like,
literally
and-
same, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
same thing
everywhere.
with me, dude. It's like, okay, so like I was in a class with my college professor, and like we were just talking about, it was like a political conversation, and she brought up Donald Trump, and it wasn't so like everybody has their own opinions, and everybody has their own opinions on what actually happened during the riot, and I just genuinely don't think that everything is as black and white as it may seem.
Right.
And I tried to tell everybody, maybe, okay, so it's almost crystal clear that there was a lot of supporters at the Capitol, but at the same time, we don't know the full details yet because we haven't heard them testify. So you can't just assume that something happened due to this direct cause. You can't just assume
A lot of weird stuff happened, but the problem is that on both sides, everybody is just ridiculous on both sides. But mostly you hear the left narrative, so that you get annoyed by that.
Yeah.
Right.
But,
Exactly.
But everybody is, we don't really know, and the truth is gray, right? Most of the people that went in there were just dumb idiots who went in and were like, let's play with shit in the building.
No, the majority of them were, dude. The fact
Right.
that you defecate on the floor and you're pissing everywhere.
Now,
And
but
you know.
there were some violent people, and that did happen, and it was. But here's the other thing too: a lot of the people that were in there, like some of the cops and some of the politicians, were scared, and you would be scared if a mob like that was outside, and you didn't know that. Like from their vantage point, they don't know that people are just walking throughout the building, like,
Dude, there
look
were
at this lamp,
barricades, and cops were allowing them.
And then the
inside.
cops let them in, and now allegedly Trump is in charge of the cops right there because he knows the police chief or whatever. But again, it's one of those things where it's not, like you said, it's not definitive one way or the other. The one thing I can say about it, I will say, is what I don't like about him and what he did is if I'm the president of the United States, I would never, ever put people's lives at risk like he did. I would never hold a rally outside of that place and tell everybody to come down and I'm going to be there at the front and we're all going to go. I would never do that unless it was something so insane that like the country was being taken over by like Russia or something. Like,
Yeah,
I mean,
right. Like,
why would you
foreign
ever
people,
do
right?
that? But he's also done that other times in different instances where he's put people at risk all for a rally or to be angry and stuff like that. So I don't agree with that, with what he did. But again, the fact that you just have a disagreement, your professor, they'll just shut you down and say you're crazy or you shouldn't.
Yeah.
And it's like, what happened in college to having a different opinion? What if you think he really didn't?
Or discussing the opinion.
Right. And they just shut it down. And it's like, why would you do that? Why are you so scared of someone else's opinion? Like, mine is clearly a middle-of-the-road gray area opinion. I think a lot of people made a lot of mistakes that day. And in the end, not as many. More people have been hurt at Antifa rallies that have gone into public buildings.
Even in the aftermath, like when the military came in, they were freaking put in a freaking parking lot to sit there and like and just like
that was
wait
weird.
until,
Yeah,
like, that made no sense to me. And by the way, yes, I do support military. At the same time, that doesn't necessarily mean I have to support all wars. You know what I'm saying? I believe in defense.
Yeah, GSTS says January 6th was worse than the LA riots. I don't think that's true. Didn't more people die in the LA riots?
More people died in the LA riots, and there was more property damage.
Right. So that's not.
Yeah, and January 6th was one day.
Yeah, that's just not true.
Yeah, LA riots for 3 days.
The worst thing about January 6th was that it exposed our country as being fucking stupid.
Oh, dude, everyone, even our foreign friends over in the UK already knew this by the time we got into the crust of this thing. And then, of course, the aftermath was just like, what do we do now? Because we're technically still in a pandemic and we're going through all this crap. And I mean, at that point, nobody cared. So,
right.
I mean, again, you know what I mean? And we already lost, I mean, I don't even know how many deaths. We're definitely over the million mark, obviously. But still, it's just like, regardless of how one got it or if they never got it, you know, again, it sucks when you lose somebody you love, regardless of how old they are.
There was a pipe bomb that was dangerous. There was some person was shot. No, 2 people died, right? The cop died who had the heart attack. And then the lady got shot, right, who was coming into the building. Which I don't blame anybody because the security guard thought he was doing the right thing. There's these people trying to get in the building.
And it's private property.
Right.
That's the other thing.
Well,
you broke into a federal building.
Well, yeah, and so I don't know. Like, I don't blame. I'm surprised more people weren't shot by the police. Like
exactly.
But the police knew to. The police kind of gauged it like almost like, well, we're not going to be able to stop everybody, so we'll just let everybody in. Like,
and also mind you, there were people of color that were also within those Trump rallies that actually broke in along with the other people that broke into the federal buildings.
I mean, just like there's so many things. Like it's not as bad as some people think, and it's not as not bad as some people think. That's what it is to me. That's all it is. It was bad and it's not good, and I don't like what Trump did, but I don't think he led an insurrection. He just basically carelessly fucking,
boys. Stand by, stand back.
Stand by, stand back, stand by.
Who is that?
That was really funny. Like, stand by, stand back. That was one of the funniest.
We will bring fire and fury to North Korea.
Oh my God, that was so good, dude. That was so good.
Say
it again. Just say something.
We're talking about all these riots. What about fucking Ruby riot? Am I right?
Right. What about how ugly her nose is?
I try to bring this back to wrestling.
Yeah, thank God. Yeah, what are we doing?
That's the only thing I'm knowledgeable on.
No, trust
everything
me.
else I'm fucking
you don't
dumb
want to
as
talk.
shit.
We're trying to be pretty vague about the politics too. We're not trying to like paint anybody anything. We're just
wait. Let me just say.
Well, I mean, Rostafa was talking about, you guys were talking about earlier, like these people who have like this childish mentality to just yell at people who believe in religion or believe in something different politically. But it's even translated to professional wrestling, where it's like wrestling opinions. It's like, oh, I don't know. I'm not that big of a like me saying that I liked the Liv Morgan and Ronda Rousey match. I had like fucking DWELSH having an autistic freak out in the fucking chat. He's like, "Yo, Rojas, you fucking die!" And then it's like if someone has the audacity to bring up WWE during an AEW review, you have 100 people in the chat going like, what the fuck? This is an AEW review. Stop talking about WWE, loser. But then when AEW's talked about for 40 minutes on a fucking NXT review, nobody says anything in the chat. I noticed.
I'll tell you why, because no one really watched Halloween Havoc tonight, really. But
it's an NXT review nonetheless, so it is hypocritical.
I know, but
so,
I got to be honest. Like, I watched the people in the chat tonight. 30% of the people in the chat tonight said, "Hey, I didn't watch. What happened?" Or, "Hey, I didn't watch.
Exactly.
Can't wait to." So,
and
like,
those same people are rating the show bad. That's the thing. They're like, "Oh, I saw that clip. Fucking that Creed guy looks like a loser. Fuck this show, man." Like, you can clearly tell that a lot of people didn't watch the show
or
because
didn't even follow the product beforehand.
Yeah, because that ladder match was great. Sorry.
Yeah,
but
but
that
you know
ladder
what?
match was great. The ambulance match was great, and the main event was great. So it's like people saying the show's a 2 out of 10. Well, you clearly didn't fucking watch
Well,
it.
I don't think a lot of people. I don't think everybody voted who didn't watch because, according to my numbers here, 2,700 people have come in tonight to look at this stream, and only 384 voted. So I'm assuming that that's because they felt passionate about giving it a rating. I'm sure there's some people that trolled it.
Well, you also have a large audience, Joe, that just like watches your reviews and refuses to watch the product.
Well, and again, Crazy Blade made the point I made about 30 minutes ago where I said this needs to be on a Sunday night because I just think people were too busy on a Saturday and they didn't catch this. They just didn't. They weren't there.
Yeah.
On Sunday football, people are at home watching Sunday afternoon football, and then later on they might watch wrestling. But on a Saturday, man, people are out, they're busy, they're working maybe, or they're playing video games with their friends, or they're out at a club or something. That demographic of about maybe friggin' like 14 to 25 years old, you're lost.
I mean, honestly, if they had this last Wednesday, maybe it could have been a neck and neck for ratings in terms of the quality of the matches. But again, you only have it's a 2-hour show.
They might have beat AEW if they'd run this on Tuesday.
Yeah.
No, I think it would have hindered the show for me because then you'd have to fit in all those commercial breaks. They did something similar, or I remember it was like the first part of like one of the last takeover they had, where it was like, it took place on the first part took place on USA Network, and then like the last hour of it took place on the Peacock streaming app, whatever.
The Peacock.
The Peacock.
The Peacock.
So maybe they could have done something like that. But I think it would have been better if they just did it on Thursday. Sorry.
Yeah.
I think Apollo Crews is going to face Braun Breaker. Because I heard Booker T talk about, I think whoever is next in line in this match should face Braun Breaker.
Honestly, I would be down for that, bro. Like, Apollo Crews, like, thing is, like, he's very, like, talented. Like, a lot of people kind of, like, they'll say, like, oh, he's really not that good. He's not that great on the mic. Maybe his promo skills, he's just not great. Maybe the way he presents himself.
He's a lot better.
Like,
I think he's better now.
He's underutilized.
His lower, like, his actual, like, lower mid-card shit and his gimmicks were actually pretty good. Like, the whole Nigerian thing, I really liked it. And I thought that the whole, like, when he came out with, like, the IC belt, like, he like almost like came out like Black Panther almost. That's what it felt like. It was like really cool. Like, I was just like, damn.
Yeah, that shit was tight. I like this gimmick. Not with Aziz. Fuck him.
No, I didn't care about Aziz either, but like Apollo Crews just in general, like, if they decide to make him face Braun, I mean, dude, Braun Breaker's a megastar. He's going to be a megastar someday. Like, seriously.
I'm still not.
He's got everything. Like, this guy's got everything. He's got the promo skills. He's got the wrestling ability. He's got the star power. He's got everything.
And he's a Steiner.
Yep, and he's a second generational talent. So you got that on top to
everybody,
top all that off.
I mean,
I don't know. I heard some. Sorry.
I feel like that's a double-edged sword with Braun Breaker, because he's big. Yeah, he can wrestle. Yeah, he's the second generation, but he could easily be the next Ryback as well.
I don't know. I don't think that's a very good take, to be honest.
I don't think he's going to be that big either. I don't know, man. Maybe he is. I don't know. But I see Braun Breaker as like, I'm not saying he reminds me of Razor Ramon or Scott Hall at all. I'm not saying that. I think they're completely different styles. But what I'm saying is the kind of caliber that Razor was in WWE, where he, like, the biggest thing that he really did was that Razor gimmick in the Intercontinental title. I see maybe something like that, or Jeff Jarrett. Like, I don't know why, but I don't yet see Braun Breaker, being a main event guy. at all. I don't see
To
that.
me, what popped in my head was Jack Swagger.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think he's better than Jack Swagger, but I don't think.
But that's worst case scenario.
Yeah, I just see him as a guy who will be able to. Well,
the current
Zack
current
Ryder
version of him.
Yeah.
No, I was going to say the current
Y'all
version
haven't
of
seen
him.
this stuff.
The current version of him, no, he's definitely not even close to being the main event of WrestleMania. But with the right grooming and the right new fresh coat of paint, as they say on Conrad Thompson's show, I mean, again, he could definitely absolutely be one. But it's again, we're not going to get the same Braun Breaker that we have now. Let's say 5-10 years from now.
Probably not, but I think that it would at least be interesting to see where he fits on the main roster. Like, obviously, Tommaso Ciampa wasn't as good when he debuted. They paired him with The Miz, and they got a fucking program with The Miz. And I think Braun Breaker, they just give him like a solid singles run, maybe put him in the mid-card situation just to start off. You know, not saying he deserves a title win really fast, just kind of like slowly, you know, build him up like they did with everybody else. But the thing is, like, I don't want the build to just be mid-card. I want him to eventually reach the main event status so that he actually feels important, because we haven't really had that many pushes from NXT, and I want him to succeed.
He feels like a Wardlow right now. He feels like a lot of a Wardlow potential right now.
This is a good question. This is a good question by Crazy Blade. He says,
Allison Tutwa. We'll get to that. Hold that question. Crazy Blade, what's up?
This briefcase right here.
You got big cock.
Son, run, you fat bitch. Run, you fat bitch.
What do you think about this, Dave Rose?
When I plan to act pompous, you shall certainly know.
Run, you fucking fat bitch.
When I plan to act pompous,
I'm a fucking terrorist. Run, you fat bitch. Run, you fat bitch.
Allison's credit card is still working after last night. Unbelievable. Braun boring. Oh my god.
Run, you fat bitch.
Do you guys know this guy name? His name is Shane's View. I watch a show sometime. It's
Shane's
very
View.
relaxing.
I'm friends with him, and he lives about 20 minutes away from me. I mean, I'm not friends with him, but I mean, I've known him. I've known him for 10 years.
Bullshit with his
He's a liar, and he lies about things. But like when he writes CM Punk returns, even though he's not returned, it should be CM.
A lot of people did that.
It's clickbait.
Well, he knows what he's doing.
Clickbaiting too much.
He always clickbaits. He's always making stuff up. But we love Sean. In fact, me and Sean, we had a conversation about a year ago now about how, you know, unfortunately his girlfriend left and took his child, and he didn't really fight to get his kid back at all. And let's take a look back at this before we get to Crazy Blade's question.
Guys, by wherever you're, I mean, because we have kids, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, and your kid, and so this stream was about you and your family or something like
Yeah,
that. I didn't hear
that's
the stream. So,
Yeah,
about how long has it been since you've seen your daughter?
Almost 2 years, bro. Almost 2 years,
That's
man.
bullshit. That pisses me off. You know what? One of these psychos is going to go get her for you.
I go right into analytics, right? And literally, bro, you and me are drinking the same fucking thing. This is hilarious.
We're fucking losers.
Wow. Holy shit.
What are we doing, dude? We're fucking children.
You can tell we're fathers. You can tell we're dads. But anyways, no. I see it.
Well, I'm a dad. You gave up. But go ahead.
We could be brothers, honestly. We could be fucking brothers, honestly. Like,
no, I get. Listen, I mean, there's something about other Boston guys and wanting to have sex with me. I don't know. You and Tony from Revere want to have sex with me. I don't
bro,
know.
I haven't even talked to that guy anymore. That's fucking done. I'm done with him. I'm fucking done.
I mean, two of the worst places in the whole state, Revere and Fall River, and you guys got to be. Can I get a rich friend? I mean, like, what's going on? No,
if we all, you know, we authenticate the, you know, their name, it still doesn't matter because they can still come in the room. You know, and everyone's like, oh, put sub mode only on. No, I'm not going to put no sub mode only on. No, that's, you know, again, if I was getting the views like I was back a few years ago, I would do that. But as I'm in this rebuilding phase, you know, after being gone for a year, once I rebuild up the show again, then I'll throw that subscriber mode on. As far as everyone's saying, oh, that'll solve all the world's problems. No, that's not the way it's going to go.
Hey, listen, I'm glad you didn't put sub only mode on, because now I know like 11 people's addresses. So that's the greatest thing about that.
He thinks it's funny that he doesn't block doxers in his chat. I think that's the funniest part.
So even my own, like I know everyone where, like, because honestly, ever since I moved, like I kind of forget where like my family lives. But thanks to your chat room, now I know like where my family lives again because I couldn't remember. What I told my wife was like, let's put the Christmas cards up on the fridge. That way, when they mail us the Christmas card every Christmas, I can save the address. But thanks to your chat, I now know where my whole family lives throughout the last couple of months.
Yeah, bro. Sometimes I forget where I live.
I know. I just see it, man. You're a good guy, and people take advantage of you, and that's all it is. And you also have a nice penis.
No,
I'm out of here.
Well, that's one interaction, but Allison. You'll also be pleased, Allison, that we had this interaction, too. Look at this.
What's up?
Look at this.
And,
oh, look at there. Oh, there we are.
Whoa.
There we are, Allison. You remember that? We went to a wrestling show.
What are you doing here?
What's all the spiel about good guy, bad guy?
See, Allison,
I'm
we
not
love each
a
other.
Good guy.
No?
Not a bad guy.
No.
I am the only guy.
The only guy?
The only guy.
The only guy that matters.
On YouTube.com.
I was trying to pump Sean's confidence up here because he was very suicidal at this time.
But if you're not down with that, then me and Sean got 2 words for you.
I'm kidding.
Stroke it. Sean, you got anything to say to the people?
I got a little something to say, a little thing to get off my chest.
Wouldn't it be funny if that truck driver now just shot us dead? Like, there's a drive-by shooting. Oh, man.
You don't harass the brash, Sean of Entertainment, because you say the brash is trash. Well, you know what? You can kiss my...
Whoa, the guy crashed. The truck crashed into somebody.
Wait, that was 2017, right?
That was 2016.
26. Fuck.
Why did we do this after having all these years of Tales from the Dark?
Red Letter Media is coming on autoplay after that.
Dude, that was so long ago.
What a couple of losers. But yeah, so it was Backwards Hat Boys. We actually kind of look a little bit similar. I don't know who the better looking person is, but I'm assuming it's me because I have Leah and children. But
yeah, well, you're blonde. You know how girls go for blonde guys.
That's true. I am dirty blonde. Yeah. And
some younger girls are actually attracted to older guys, believe it or not.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, bro.
Of course,
no,
yeah.
Serious, dude.
Yeah.
Especially right now with Jeffrey Dahmer,
It's true.
Ted Bundy, and all that shit.
It's true, though.
Oh, yeah.
It's true. It's unfortunate, but it's true. Trust me when I say this.
Oh, yeah. No, you're not kidding.
At college, fucking sluts everywhere, nasty for these older men. Like this friend I have.
Especially in community colleges, bro. Yo, those bitches be crazy.
Fuck yeah, bro. Dude, I got in trouble in community college for saying the word bitch.
What is wrong with the world right now? Are you serious?
I don't know.
No, I'm not kidding, bro. We're not kidding, dude.
Dude, when I was in college, you know what they did? They were like, I mean, and I went to a very artsy type of college too, and even there, it was like encouraged to be free and just say whatever and just do whatever and like, hey man, you're an adult now, you know that. But now it's like, don't say this. Like, what the fuck? Like you'll get kicked out if you like. What the hell is going on? Like I do remember one of my college guys when I left college. Obviously, I wasn't there long, but. I remember one college professor when I made a video, and part of the video was a homeless guy getting beat up, and he was like, I don't really like that. And I was like, I think you could have done something else there. But nowadays, if you did that, you'd be like fucking canceled or something. Or they'd be like, oh, you fail. You know?
Dude, Joe, I brought a fucking MAGA beanie to college in my English class.
What is that?
A Trump beanie.
Oh.
Make America Great Again. Yeah. Dude, I wore that shit in class and outside the school. And on the campus, like outside the classrooms, I wore that shit. I got fucking eyes all over me. Yeah. And in class, I stood quiet the whole time. They were talking about politics. There was this one chick, talking about immigration. And dude, all of a sudden, I just fucking started snoring.
Yo, okay, so like there was this girl that I liked in college, or there's this girl that I like in college, right? Yeah. So I tried talking to her. All right, and she didn't look that old, but then I realized, oh fuck, she's 35 and she's got a 16-year-old son. Bro, she
That's awesome.
to be my mom.
That's awesome though. You should have banged her, dude. When I was when I was 21, I was either 20 or 21. I don't remember now. When I was 20 or 21, I banged my friend's aunt. She was 35. And it was awesome. Like, she was great. It was just perfect. I'm telling you, like, oh god, I hooked up with her
So
several times.
you were Stifler before Stifler was cool.
Yeah, but she was hot too. Like, I mean, she really was hot. Like, it was, yeah, and it's hard to believe that
The
because now
wild aunts are always something.
I don't feel like a lot of time has passed since then. But yet I'm fucking 38, and I keep thinking, holy fuck, I'm older than her. I used to think I'm banging some older lady, and now I'm older than she was when I did that. And it's like, what the fuck?
bro.
Leah's 35. I mean, my wife's 35. You know, but yeah, when you get older, people start looking younger to you that are older. You know, like it's not that bad to you as much. You know, it's weird. But when you're 20, you know, someone who's 35, it's like, what the fuck am I doing? They seem ancient, but they're not.
Dude, I don't know. That sounds exciting.
Dude, it is exciting, bro.
It's so like weird.
yeah.
Like, it's so weird though. Like I don't know what to say to her. Like I would like there were times like we would just talk about like normal shit, and then I would like bring up. I'm just like, oh yeah, you know, I'm trying to move out of my mom's house, and then I get the feeling like, oh yeah, I don't think she likes me very much. But I mean, like here's the thing that really would weird me out. Like if I talk to her and her son's there, I would not know what to say at all because he's only 3 years fucking younger than me.
Yeah, that's
It
weird.
would just feel weird.
Hey, I'm your
I'm feeling
daddy.
weird as fuck.
What was the movie
Well,
that
she
was
doesn't
like
have
that?
to like you.
What's the movie?
She doesn't have to like you. You don't have to like her. Just get fucked and then move on.
Does anybody?
Like, I mean, people get so caught
man.
up on like these emotions. It's like you don't need a
I know.
relationship with this lady.
What's the
Fuck her.
90s
No,
movie? What's the
Why
90s
not?
movie? Is it Bill and Ted? It's Bill and Ted where that happens. The father is dating some chick, and she's like 2 years younger than them, and it's fucking bizarre. And he's like, "Whoa, like that's gonna be your mom, bro." Like it's like she was a senior when they were like freshmen or whatever, and everyone wanted to bang her, and now she's banging his dad. That's literally in Bill and Ted.
Oh yeah.
I forget who it is, but
Oh my god, my boy Ryan looking like a gangster bunny. Look at this. He's got his bandana backwards and everything like that
Oh,
from
yeah.
that angle.
Oh.
But speaking of
I'm looking
gangster
like a
bunnies,
dark gangster bunny now.
yeah, right. So basically, Crazy Blade brought up a great point about like, you know, we're talking about well, I mean, I call him
Allison, just real quick, Allison, thank you so much, man. And I'm sorry, Crazy Blade's been waiting for this question for 30 minutes. Allison, thank you for the $20. That is the largest donation of the stream, and after last night, that's amazing to get that kind of tip tonight. Go ahead, Mustafa. I'm sorry.
just saying, like, you know, when it comes to Braun Breaker, he's just like, yeah, he should have just, went with the Steiner gimmick. I'm pretty sure that if he were to go up to the main roster and at a certain point, if he wanted to go Steiner, Triple H would allow him. If it was under Vince, it absolutely wouldn't have happened.
You think they'll give him back his independent name, Rex Steiner?
I honest to God, if he wants it that badly, I think honestly, in Triple H's mind, he would have to earn it, but he would earn it, and he would be able
They
to
might
use
have
it.
to because Braun Strowman
Yeah.
already made a name for himself. People will confuse it. It's two big dumb guys and like, oh, the same person. So I mean, you got to really think about that as well. Maybe they'll just change his name to Breaker, which would be fucking stupid.
No, I don't think they'll do that.
there's names.
That's a Vinceism.
I'm Bob the Breaker, like Bob the Builder.
Because
I'm Bob the
Braun is his
Breaker.
real name, Bronson.
Well, some Vinceisms, maybe they aren't Vinceisms. Like if you notice that, like a few things have stayed kind of similar to like what you would see when Vince McMahon was running Raw. So maybe some of these ideas were coming from the writing staff instead of all from Vince, because I don't know, because maybe they used Vince as a scapegoat for their lack of creative ideas or interesting ideas. So we can't always blame Vince for everything on the names. There's still people who have like I don't know, uninteresting names like I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if they did change Braun Breaker's name to just Breaker or some stupid shit like that. They're not too far past that point.
My name is Breaker.
Antonio Cesaro to Cesaro. They did that with all these
Bronson
wrestlers.
Reed.
Yeah, dude, they fucking did that to everybody, bro. Like,
Biggie Langston.
yeah, that shit sucks.
What are you doing, Joe? You being naughty, Joe?
My wife was at the Renaissance Fair the other day.
Ooh, no wonder why.
You love the Renaissance Fair.
Yeah,
don't you?
that's
You
why we
really
were talking about it.
You
We had
love
one.
like the Middle Ages and stuff like
No,
that. 'cause you have the
no,
goblet and
my
everything.
wife
and-
does. My wife loves it. I don't really care. I don't really that much, but my wife does. But also,
how's your wife like
do that?
the new
they do
game?
the medieval carnivals and stuff like that every.
Did she at the King Richard Fair?
Oh, that's it. Yeah, she was there.
We have a mall in
Did
my
you go?
shopping center.
Oh, that's like a medieval
I couldn't
mall.
afford tickets this year.
Oh, you should have told me. Fuck.
Joe, how's your wife liking House of Dragons? Because my sister is loving it.
She was mad because tonight she wanted to watch it with me, and honestly, my wife has been she has been working Saturday morning, and my daughter has cheerleading and Sunday morning. So Leah has been up every morning early for 7 days straight, and then 7 days straight next week. So tonight she was like, "Hey, like I think we could watch an episode or two." She might have even I don't know if it's true, but she might have wanted to get sexy tonight. But it was like,
with the Renaissance gear on.
that, I would tell her to leave that on. But no, I think that but I think because like she couldn't drink or anything though because she has to get up early tomorrow. So, but I was like, no, I'm doing my show. She's like, oh yeah, that's right. Okay, well now we'll just wait till later. So yeah, we're on episode 5, so we're still behind.
Joe gonna have sexy time later.
Well, I mean,
Hopefully.
honestly, probably
Hopefully.
not. Either you know what? Either will happen during the week while the kids are in school, or it will happen next weekend. But it's going to happen eventually. She must have seen all the Renaissance guys out there, and she was like, "Yeah, I want to do that."
But as much as I love talking about the Renaissance, as much as I love talking about the Renaissance Fair, I feel like we haven't brung enough attention onto the main event of tonight, which I think was a really fantastic match, and I think all three men were just, I don't know, they fired off on all cylinders tonight. Like a great performance from everybody, and there was a few times where I thought, like, you know, either Dragunov was going to win it or McDonough or whatever the fuck his name is was going to win it.
McMuffin.
Yeah. I really enjoyed that main event.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good main event. It was pretty good. It was the second best thing of the night for me. I thought the ladder match was the best. I thought that was the second, and I thought the ambulance match, I think, was the third, I believe, unless I might be missing something, but I think that's how I had them ranked, at least.
Shit bomb.
Oh, shit. Alex.
T reaction Vic Colin Quincy attractive hilarious.
Yeah, Booker T. Yes, he called him, and then Booker T said something like, hey, not everybody, or whatever, something like that. Is that when Booker T was like, hey, not everybody, man, or whatever the fuck he was like, everyone low. Yeah, that was weird. Oh, Villain figured it out. Good job,
But just
Villain.
imagine that main event taking place during like an actual takeover main event, like, or
Yeah.
you know what I mean, with like the crowd, you know, like with thousands of people in the crowd, with the old NXT presentation.
Yeah.
Now, you're right. The presentation really does bring down the quality of the show because
I'll be honest, I'd
it
like to
still
take a big
feels like
bite out of your face.
Yeah, sorry, Dono.
Braun Breaker to me is a future star in the WWE. Mandy I don't will be used right on the main roster because of Stephanie MC feminist. Toxic Attraction is fucking hot, Nikita Lyons is hot. Quincy is basically Mabel Dust, Mabel,
Yeah,
and Gold Dust.
I thought the same thing. Like he's like Mabel. And yeah,
Shit bomb.
Mabel Dust.
Braun chose the Breaker name because of football and to do his own thing. Vince didn't create the name.
Thank you, Retro Neon. You're right. I do think that Braun Breaker is a stupid name. I don't like it, Retro Neon. I think he needs to fix that. And he reminds me of Crush from WWF 1994. Reminds me of Crush. Like he looks great, he moves pretty great, and whatever. But it's like he'll never be seriously the guy. Like
Brian Adams.
Yeah, like I don't buy him as the top guy, but I do buy him as like a lower mid card, like pretty good, solid worker guy. You know, like, and he's almost like Zack Ryder-ish. You know, so he has there's a chance to me. There's a chance he could pop into and like go like do something and become the top guy. He does have the wrestling tools, but I just think he's a little too generic overall charismatically. But he has good charisma for the most part. He's got good promo. He's very good in the ring. He's soft on his feet. Athletic,
a nice penis.
Nice cock.
You gotta
I would
watch more
swallow.
of his stuff.
Maybe you're right, and maybe I do got to watch more of him. I am a little bit behind on him. So I in my opinion, like I think Braun Breaker's ceiling is maybe an 8 if best, maybe 7.5 and 8 on the main card. However, I think there's a lot of people on the main card there's no one better than that. So that's not too bad really. but I just don't think. Like I think Kevin Owens and Seth Rollins will be bigger stars and have been bigger stars than he will ever be. That's what I think. I hope I'm wrong.
I agree. Could be bigger than him.
You think what?
Joe.
His opponent, Dragunov, I think the name is.
You think Dragunov will be bigger than him?
Dragunov.
Dragunov has to rely on this. Like look at Pete. What's his face? Who's up on the main roster? He's a little bit similar. Yeah, Pete Dunne. Yeah, you're a brooding guy. You got good matches, but that's really about all we're at here. So I think Braun Breaker has a better overall everything.
I mean, Dragunov kind of reminds me of Benoit a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, that's not good.
Well, how did that for him?
With all the headbutting he's doing and all the head moves he does, it reminds me of Benoit.
But he's the size of Malenko and smaller than Malenko.
And he doesn't have as big of a body count,
And he's probably got some weird accent too.
Yeah, it's fucked. But the McDonough guy was his name something else? Because I don't care either way. But I like him. I kind of like the idea that he's just this like legitimate psychopath who's just like, yeah, I don't really care about emotions or feelings. I just do what it takes to win or whatever. And like I don't know. I feel like he's a good bad guy. But the problem is, it's just like his like face is so fucking like I don't know. I just look at him and I'm like, ugh. I don't want to see you. It's kind of like how like Vince doesn't like Christian just because he just doesn't like his face. It's like your face. I just don't like it.
I just don't like your face. At least he's honest, Vince. Because I think Christian's way better now. I think he's got a better look now. He looks like a cool, like kind of like desperado type of guy. Where back in the day, I thought Christian did look stupid. I was like, he'll never be taken seriously. He'll always be a comedy act with his look. I don't know why, but I feel that way. And I don't even like his posture in the ring. He's very gangly at times. But now he comes off a little better to me now because he seems more serious. He can play that serious character now that I don't think he could play back then. I think I'm the same way too. I think sometimes when I do things, I'm trying to be serious. It doesn't work because I look too funny. Like, I don't know. I just think I'm a funny looking person usually. But maybe I'm wrong.
I mean, and also it's like Christian, he got the world title finally in 2011, and then they just gave it to Randy Orton like 2 days later. And it's like all the credibility that he had gotten, like he was so over in that time too. Like the crowd was really behind him, and they just
and this is just after Edge retired, and the whole deal. And that's actually kind of true because remember SmackDown was taped on Tuesdays at that point, and it aired on Friday or Thursday, whatever it was. And then everybody was reporting on it, and I freaking hated it because I didn't want to know what the result was. But it was just so shocking that fans online were just like, "Screw this product! I ain't watching it anymore." Right. All those stuff.
Here's the thing I told like a bunch of people like in the Discord server that I'm in. I told them because Crown Jewel's coming up, like the whole Logan and Roman match. Yeah, 2 weeks. It's fucking crazy. Like I literally said that if Logan Paul wins this championship, I'm not watching wrestling ever again.
Not gonna happen.
I just said it's not gonna happen. I don't care. I'm just saying if that happens, I'm turning off the TV and I'm just fucking.
Let me ask you a question.
Why
would they give the belts to a guy who's barely had shower time, let alone ring time? Coming into a world that ultimately that he's been pretty decent at so far, and yet they just get. It doesn't matter how much money they give him. Dude, Roman makes more than Logan.
No, the money it would create.
Wait, Roman makes more than Logan? Are you sure? Roman makes like $5 million a year.
No, not including merchandise. Not including merchandise.
What I'm trying to say is like I'm trying to think of a reason they would do it, and the only reason I can think of is money. I mean, you give and God forbid they do this, if they do give the belt to Logan Paul, I mean, you're gonna tune in to next week see if he's
I'm not tuning in. I'm not tuning in if that happens. I'm turning off the TV. I don't care.
He's not going to be there.
I would tune in. That sounds interesting.
The fact that you're talking about it, though, means they win, because like there's no way Logan's winning, so.
They just want to see
like you fucking
I just don't want, like, call me a mark, but like,
I will.
It's just that
Okay.
I will be
It's
the
just that
first
I
person
don't-
to go to Jim Cornette's podcast and be like, dude, I just
Jim Cornette?
gotta say.
Man,
Literally-
Mustafa loves name dropping everyone's podcast.
I
It's
do.
so funny. He
I
always
do
does it.
actually. Jim
What is it
Cornette's
with
funny.
you and Jews, Mustafa? You don't like Jewish people?
Well, I can't say
I
anything to
love
Jim
Jewish.
Cornette
Dude,
because
I'm
I'm
part
blocked.
Ethiopian. Of course I love my Jews.
You ever chase a guy on a bike with chicken on his back?
No, that's more so what's his face that left.
Well, Cornette said that that's what you guys do.
No. That was
No,
more
he
so,
said that about Trevor Murdoch or whatever.
That's right. Well, anyway, guys, I got to wrap it up. Final thoughts on Halloween Havoc?
It was maybe 4 out of 5.
4 out of 5. Damn, I'm gonna give. I mean, I think I gave it a 6.
That's actually a really good score if you're going to compare it in that number.
I gave it a 6. I think I was. I don't
mean,
know.
it would have been a 5 if they didn't do the stupid cinematic bullshit.
I
like
wasn't
that.
a fan of it
I thought it was
either.
fun.
I thought the women.
Wasn't
I didn't take too much away for that, only because the women, like I said, I thought they acted really well. I thought it was gonna be cheesy, and it was. I was impressed with with what they said and how they acted, even though it was stupid.
If you just gave me the ladder match on its own without all the other stuff that happened, like I probably would just say,
Without
it was
all
just
the other
good match.
matches of the whole night and just had a ladder match, what are you saying?
Just like the ladder match for me, like again, as you said, I agree. The ladder match stole the show.
Yeah,
and everything else after that was very difficult to follow.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, nothing
And
else
I'd
ever
say-
came close.
I'd say the ladder match was good. The segment they did with the toxic attraction, I liked the acting, but it went on for a little bit too long, and I thought it was a flash. I thought they were just showing footage from the past NXT that happened on Wednesday. I didn't know it was like a full segment that they had just produced. But then also I think the casket match wasn't all that interesting for me.
Wasn't interesting at all.
Unfortunately, it was.
Yeah,
I was
but they
interested, but they
really-
did nothing.
They really had a great ambulance match, and they had a fantastic main event. And I think 3 great matches out of 5 or 6. I think it's a solid 6 out of 10 or a 6.5.
I gave it a 5.5 mainly just because I felt that, as you said, there were just certain things that just dragged. And I don't understand why, especially they were really hyping up this show a lot, especially in the last number of days. Even Dave LaGreca was overhyping it just because, I'm gonna be there and blah blah blah. And I'm like, yeah, great. That doesn't necessarily add on anything to the already given product based upon the storyline. So yeah, I felt it was just an overhyped show. So that's why I gave it a 5.5.
Remember when Bully Ray said people that talk about wrestling are losers? Now he does a show with that guy. What a fucking fake.
I mean, everyone that has ever criticized you, Joe, in the wrestling community is a hypocrite.
That's a good point. Great point, Dan.
I mean, you got Bully Ray, you got Ryback, you got Jim Cornette, and then you got other people that do what you do, but worse.
Yeah, that's right. I'm God. Tell them all, Dan.
What about Road Dogg?
Well,
Can you-
that's why
Dan-
when I interviewed that's why when I interviewed you, I called you a wrestling internet god.
All right. Well, this is making me uncomfortable.
What
Dan.
did you, huh?
This praise is making me uncomfortable.
Hey,
Dan,
Joe.
Dan, can you say? Can you yell out loud that you just made the lisp?
You just made the list.
Yeah.
Wait, list or lisp?
Lisp. You just made the lisp. You don't know?
You just made the list.
Dan Kennedy has a list, man, and if you're on it, he ain't mentioning you on the show.
He has nice DSLs.
I know. I really love him. Guys, I appreciate everybody being here tonight, man. You guys are great. And I'll probably be live tomorrow again, but tonight, hey, listen, man, my tank is on empty.
It's sexy time.
Running on empty.
Had a long day.
Dude, I watched Idiocracy today for the first time.
Oh, you did? See what I mean
Dude,
about the world?
it is a drama at this point. It's no
Right.
longer a comedy.
Honestly, I was thinking about I was juxtaposing the two from the movie and reality. I mean, I don't know. I think people are just overreacting when it comes to that.
Go hit
I mean,
that bedroom, Joe, so you can hit bound chicka bound wow.
But anyways, let's talk about that.
Nah,
another
she's
time. You
asleep.
gotta go to sleep.
My,
Yeah.
my girl's been
Go to
asleep.
sleep,
Look at them
Joe.
lips.
I wonder if
Wake
I
her up
woke
and be like,
see, I
"Come
think
on,
if I
baby,
woke
it's
her up,
sexy time."
she might be angry if I woke her up because she's got to get up at 5 a.m.
Yeah, she's gonna get angry.
And she went to bed at 11:30. So She's not even gonna get a lot of good sleep.
Let's keep streaming for 3 hours.
Yeah, I mean, well, but I'll be taking care of the other kids, and I'm just dead. I agree with you that I wish I had more time. After last night's monetize this, that's why I didn't do beat the clock tonight too, because I knew we had this going on, and my tank's on empty.
My tank is officially empty. The fumes have ran out.
So yeah.
You want to talk about tanks?
Beat the croc.
Stand back, stand by.
You just
Stand
made the
back,
list.
stand back. I know a
Dude,
lot
that
of
is so
podcasters,
good.
believe me, but Joe Cronin is one of the best podcasters in YouTube.
He's got an
Believe
orange
me.
skin like I do.
Wow. I
You
mean,
want a YouTuber that talks about wrestling? Watch Joe Cronin.
I agree. You should listen to the future president. No, I don't know. I don't know if he's going to make it. I told Leah to prepare. He might be. I said, hey, prepare. It's gonna be a red person.
Dude, good. If you want change, go Republican.
You just made the list.
They all made the list.
You just made the list. That's my line.
I've never ever voted Republican. I've never
you just
done
made
it.
the list.
You know what my line is?
What's that?
A line of Coke. I'm just kidding. My line is
Live daddy. You live been up, says Truth Log. Live been up. No, I've never voted Republican, and I don't know. We'll see what happens.
That's great, Joe. I mean, I'm just kidding. I love you.
Lisping up there, baby.
I told my wife after you can never vote.
Dude, bro, stop! But keep doing it. Keep doing it. I want to hear that shit.
Lisping up the hill, baby. You're watching right here on the Joe Cronin. I said the Joe Cronin show.
My wife said she'd divorce me. She goes, I'm divorcing you if you do that. I'm like, okay, well, you voted for a child toucher. I mean,
keto.
Should I leave you? I don't know. I'm just kidding. Everybody, love you all. Good night. I'll see you tomorrow.
Good night.
Thanks for
See
stopping.
you, Joe.
Random
Saturday
Gamer
night.
Schmo. Creeper Hostage. Gargot's passed away on his stream last night. Just FYI.
yeah?
No, I'm just kidding.
Rest in peace.
Meow
Rest
Meow,
in
Ryan the Heel, Kenagon, Dan Kennedy, Creeper Hostage,
Got a little liquor.
Random Gamer Schmo. Thank you all. Good night. Allison Tuckwab with the top donation of the stream. And I want to thank everybody last night, man. We fucking made crazy amount of donations last night. It was insane. Thank you for that. Thank you for tonight. Thank you to Allison for being the top dono. The $19.99 coming in from Allison Tuckwab. Vote Republicans. It feels dirty, but it has to be done. I know that's kind of the way I feel, but I feel sick into my stomach. I feel sick to my stomach, but I have to figure out, we've got to, something's up. I don't know, man. Who knows? But it all depends on where you are. Thank you. Much love. You just made the lisp.
You just made the list.
I gotta amplify that more. You just made the lisp. Oh no. Hold on, can I amplify it? Oh shit, it's too loud now. Let me see.
You just made the list.
Yeah, it's too loud. I'll undo that. Hold on. Let me see. You just made the lisp. There we go.
You just made the list.
You just made the lisp. Oh, and we gotta find Dan Kennedy's old that old take. Fuck, bro, dude. Oh god, it's so funny, dude. When Dan Kennedy said that, like, "Hey, man, I could be a co-host on Monetize This," and I'm like, "I don't know, dude. I don't know if you could handle it." And then Dan's like, "I can handle it," and I'm like, "Oh yeah, I raped your mother." Oh. It's one of the funniest clips ever, and I gotta find it, man. Hey guys, thank you guys for being here. You guys are the best. Book The Rock. The Rock is kind of like middle of the road, I feel like. That's why I like The Rock. I feel like he's kind of an independent. Guys, can you believe that 2017 on my show, I found a video recommended to me, and it was I got my youngest son, Finn, on the show. Look at him here, dude.
About it, and I might do that and put it up like final thoughts.
Look at how
on
small
Raw.
he is,
So
man.
Look for that, and I'll
Holy
go through
shit.
the whole thing and kind of be a little more
Look at him.
cohesive.
He's a
Thank you
baby
guys who
still.
donated
By the way,
tonight.
he was a huge baby.
Thank you to Jake DeMarco. Hit him up on Twitter at Countdown Ended. At Countdown Ended. Oh, gross, dude. What
Bless
the
you.
heck?
He sneezed on me. What the hell?
Like, I have a sane brain about it, and I might do that and put it up like final thoughts on Raw. So look for that, and I'll go through the whole thing and kind of be a little more cohesive. Thank you guys who donated tonight. Thank you to Jake DeMarco. Hit him up on Twitter at CountdownEnded. At CountdownEnded. Oh, gross, dude. What the heck? He's sick.
Dude's like right on you. Holy crap, dude. So that's I can't believe that's Finn, man. He's so small. But the reason why I was like, whoa, it's because like he's so much bigger now. It's crazy. Kids are growing up quick, and it's unbelievable. Do you guys remember we named him on the show? Basically, we were coming up with names, and then Leah came up with that. And everybody thought it was like, oh, you naming him after Finn Balor? And we're like, no. I'm like, no, it's Leah really wants to call him Finn. But just kind of crazy how time flies by very quickly. And the other day I was trying to make a video, and he was downstairs here jumping all over me. And I found that video earlier after I saw this, and I was like, God damn, man. Kids just friggin' take off. They just grow up crazy on you. Dumb frog. Look at that name. Oh, yeah, here it is. Here's the video of him.
This is called Trap House.
Look at this. Look at this. He was small there. Now he's a big dude. Look at what a big dude he is now. Look at this kid. Now he's the big 6-year-old. Now he's just stepping on me, beating me up from behind. Like he is kicking me and beating me up. He's wild. Takes my hat from me. He's going to choke me. He's a crazy big guy. It's crazy how the kids grow up, man. They just grow up so quick. Let me see. That being said, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Football tomorrow, so I'm going to be... I might come on and talk a little bit about the football stuff tomorrow. You just made the lisp. You going to make the lisp. Allison Tuckwab, thank you, Allison. All right, I'm out of here. I will catch you tomorrow. Catch you tomorrow. Almost Halloween.
Shit bomb.
T commentary got annoying. Shucky ducky black whack.
I think the commentary was annoying too, Alex Oli. I didn't like it tonight. It was alright-ish, but man, could have been better. Alex Oli, thank you. Alex Oli.
You just made the list. You just made the list. Just made the list. You just made the list. You just made the list.